Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Hangout. My name is Liam. If you haven't been here before, everyone's welcome to come and join. So anyone out there wants to come in and join the conversation, it's always open. I'm going to post a copy of the link that you will need to join the conversation into the chat. So just let me come over here to the chat and post it for you. So if you want to come in and join the conversation, you can click on that. Hey Chris, how are you? If you want to join the conversation, click on the link. You're welcome. As those of you who are regulars here, you know this is a casual hangout chat, talk about whatever we're doing, whatever maker stuff. And the only things we don't cover here are politics, and we don't do abusive language, sex, politics, so are out of the conversation, and religion. But we talk about what we do as makers. So if you want to come join the conversation, click on the link in the chat. If not, just hang out and ask questions in chat if you want to. Hey Chris, how are you? Welcome. So, let's see if we get a few more on. I was just wondering, what is everybody working on right now? Anyone doing any fun or interesting projects? Hey Gary. Anyone got any fun projects on the go at the moment? Hey Michael. Max out my screen there so it's easier. Anyone doing any fun projects? Having a hard time right now. Found out with. Oh, sorry to hear that, Chris. I hope it's not COVID related, and I hope whatever it is, I hope it's not serious. Medical models. I'd like to know. Join the conversation, Jeremy. Click on the link that's in the chat up there and join the conversation. You can actually mute your YouTube because you're on YouTube before you join, and tell us little bit about what you're doing and why. It's all about sharing ideas here. So, okay, you're adding the BTT. Okay, that's interesting because you're doing upgrades. Oh, an orc, nice. Stuff. Come on, guys, you come join the conversation. Don't be shy. Yeah, upgrades are always good. I am presently testing. I'm doing a dual color print with a idea maker profile that I've created for the JG Maker Artist D. So I'm printing that right now, and it will take most of the evening. It'll take into the night to do it, to finish it. So it won't be ready till tomorrow morning early. So but it's like I'm using white, and I'm doing the Meta Hackers fill, which is the astronaut. So I'm doing the white body, and I'm doing the gold, shiny gold for the toes, the feet, the soles of the boots, and the gloves and the face shield. Or you're going to get your Voron build gun. Well, at least you're going to get it done. You've been wanting to do that for a while. You've been building up to it. You've been printing a lot of parts to get there, Justin. Because you're comfortable. Yeah, my dog doesn't ever come up on the sofas with me. But yeah, boxers have a tendency to be needy like that. Oh, okay. It's even harder when you're away from them. Hey, guy. Hey, Daniel, how are you? Should come join the conversation. The link is in chat if you don't have it. Yeah, let me repost it again. The StreamYard link is there in chat, so you come join if you want to join the conversation. You know, you're always welcome. So I've been doing that. I've been doing that testing of the RSD, and I've been doing some changes on my K40 laser as well. So I'm doing a few changes on that. I changed out the print head or the laser head with one that has an air assist. I 3D printed an air assist before, but the 3D printed one melted because the material underneath it actually flamed up. So I put an aluminum one on it today, so I need to recalibrate the alignment of the optics. Prusa. Nice. I don't have any Prusa machines. Hey, SPC, how are you? Well, my snowblower got some exercise today and yesterday, and it probably has more coming up. And maybe not today, not tomorrow, but in the next few days I have more snow coming. So mine is a few years old, but it gets a workout every year. Nobody wanted to come in and join the conversation? It's open to everybody to come in and chat. Just click on the link that's there that I posted, the StreamYard link. Before you do that, make sure you mute your Facebook or YouTube before you click on the link to come in and join this conversation, because you will get a lot of feedback if you don't. So what? Anybody else working on any fun projects? Nobody? I'm who's that? Hey, Justin. Hey, Justin.
Hey, bud.
Your audio is very low.
Yeah, sorry. Mike's way over here.
Okay. That's
sorry.
Good. No, sorry.
I'm soldering right now, so I can't really.
What are you soldering?
Close. I've got to solder 2 micro end stop switches to that.
Oh, okay.
So I have my good old trusty bright light. You should fix the camera, by the way.
What camera? Oh, yeah. This one instead, yeah.
And then I've got my third hand.
Let me make you full screen, actually.
Don't do it.
Yeah, because you're going to show stuff. Go on.
So, XY micro switches, whole bunch of other stuff. Now, this is what's waiting on parts, though.
Devoron. What's the print bed on that again?
This can be a 350 by 350 by 500.
Okay, it's a little bit taller than the Ender 5 Plus.
Oh, yeah. And
the Ender 5 Plus is 450 tall, but it's 350 by 350 by 4. I think it's 400 or 450 for the Ender 5 Plus.
Yeah, but the benefit is your gantry is your XYZ. Z-belts, which are driving me nuts right now. I am so pissed off on my Z-belts. I can't even.
Well, you know, the best laid plans go and fall apart, you know.
Literally, it's the last thing. Everything else, I'm putting together everything else I can to get me to the point where those belts come in and my wife's going out of town this weekend so I can finish the build.
All right.
Or at least get close. If the company that I bought belts from does not ship tomorrow, I told them cancel my order and I will pay. I'm going to have to pay more money, but I can get Philistru to ship and people from the Voron community to ship. So, we'll see. Take me off big screen.
Yeah, sure.
So
you're very self-conscious.
I'm just frustrated. I ordered these belts on the 11th. They were supposed to ship on the 21st, and every time I email them, it's another day. I'm just like, if you guys can't quote an accurate time, I'll go buy them somewhere else.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm awaiting. I've got a UPS number, but I haven't. But the machines haven't got into UPS's hands yet.
Okay.
I have the RSD.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Wido X40 on its way.
Nice.
So once it arrives in the States, it's probably in either getting off the boat soon, or it's going to arrive or it's stuck in immigration somewhere, in customs.
Right.
Not immigration, customs. Once it gets out of there, UPS will get it, and then I'll get a delivery date.
Nice. Yeah, I've got stuff coming USPS that's taking just
Yeah, no,
forever.
yeah, no. This is UPS, and they're normally pretty good.
Yeah.
I also like FedEx. USPS is fine for within the US, but if you're going outside the US, you run into issues.
Dan, your nozzle is just in limbo. I sent it first class, Dan, and it's just not.
Now, I ordered memory for my son's computer. They failed to deliver. But they shipped it, but they failed to deliver.
Yep.
They marked it as lost, and they shipped me new ones. Well, sorry, they cancelled the order, so I went and ordered new ones from somebody else. I got them delivered, and then 2 weeks later, the ones that were shipped from the manufacturer
showed up,
arrived a month and a half late.
Yeah, normal.
Sounds about right.
And it normally doesn't happen for me. The manufacturer. Hey, Dan.
All right. Well, that's my first micro solder. I've never actually done this micro soldering before, ever. So I'm learning as I go. And I need the picture of what I'm trying to actually do.
Yeah, so I'd have that, and I'd have a few other bits and pieces on their way to me as well from needing testing. So
I was actually looking at the duet boards. I was thinking about picking one of those up.
I haven't tried those.
Well, ZYL Tech has a duet with Wi-Fi 2 and a 7-inch monitor for only $149.
Nice.
Yeah, but I don't have need for it because I don't do. I'm not a big touchscreen fan. I have some touchscreens.
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge touchscreens fan because what's on touchscreen is often limited compared to what's in the menus, or what I can go into the menu and what I can go into the firmware and turn on myself. You know.
Right.
For me and my bad eyes, touchscreen's so much better.
Right.
Bad eyes, man. I'm surprised I'm not using a white stick at this point.
Well, I'm right there with you, to be honest with you, because like literally it's like this far.
Well, no, for me it's the opposite. I can see stuff at a distance.
Yeah.
Reading is my problem.
Yeah, no. If you hold on, let me see. Can you see the thickness on those guys?
Yeah.
I got right there.
Maybe I'll send you my white stick.
Yeah, right? Like, no, it's bad some days. Like, some days I like lose my glasses when I wake up in the morning, and like the first hour of me walking around the house is seeing how many walls I don't hit.
So every time you tell me you get really good quality prints, we're not going to believe you anymore because you can't.
Yeah, no.
Understood on that one.
So what are you working on? For Justin, what camera are you using? Because that quality is beautiful.
Sony A6000.
Sony A6000. Okay.
Yeah, it's a photography camera. I don't do photography anymore. Never got rid of the camera, and I'm just like, okay.
Well, at least you got use for it. I mean,
right. The only downside, we're on StreamYards with 720p.
Still, I can pretty much read your little board back in the back. So.
Oh yeah. Yep. And there's 3 printers here, and then there's 1.5 on this side.
She's coming.
Can I help you?
Huh?
Hi. She's shy now.
No.
I figure out how to
well, I'm using like when I'm doing my live streams, like when you see me on when I do the live streams, I use the one built into my Mac.
Yeah.
Because the Mac, they're a really high quality camera. But when I'm doing the unboxing, I use a 4K video camera.
Right.
But everything is downgraded when you stream it. They all downgraded to 720.
Yeah.
But I do have I have a 4K video camera, and I can actually adapt that straight into my computer, and then when I'm doing the unboxing, and then because that way then I can have 2 cameras on the computer. I can switch over and back between them with my Stream Deck, and just flip over and back to the different camera that I have. And I have one of those small. Look at the second camera is one of those. The ones you mount on top of it. I can't remember what model it is. It's one of those that on top of your laptop. You sit on top of it to give you video on a computer on a laptop. It's a 1080p. I use that for my the mobile camera when I'm doing the live stuff. the
Nice.
unboxing.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry if I'm not paying attention. I'm
No, you're good.
messing
I'm
with
just
hot
using your
tools.
magnifying glass.
yeah,
Dude,
well,
this thing for $30 is the best thing I've ever bought. Like, I couldn't see what I'm doing. I'm literally soldering like JST connectors and micro switches.
Yeah. No, I picked up right when the stream started with that. But Matt, what are you doing?
Yeah. Nothing much. I had a nap for a few hours and had a meeting for half an hour with a friend of mine. So,
I like that banner.
I mean,
I said I like the banner. That's pretty good.
well, I want people to like and follow the channel, so I have to rub it in a little bit. So, well, I'm doing like my numbers are doing good. I'm well into the. I'm approaching the 300s ish.
Not bad.
I'll get
I'm
there.
not anywhere near
You know,
there.
I'm not up. It's not about numbers for me anyway. It's about delivering good content. Oh, tomorrow night. Remember I was telling you about the Weedo that's coming? I actually will be talking with the marketing manager for Weedo tomorrow night on my stream at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
yeah, have a
So,
look.
yeah, so he'll be on tomorrow night.
I put already a reminder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one, because they just finished a Kickstarter. They've shipped the machines. They're waiting on. They're still pending delivery because they're on boats
Mhm.
being delivered. But they are en route. So, so I'll be giving them feedback on their Kickstarter and on their machine, the production version of the machine. And they're nice guys to deal with. I mean, they're really nice guys to deal with over there. Like I've some manufacturers are hard to deal with, others are not, and these guys they're just say, okay, whatever you want, just tell us. Like when you're dealing with them, they say, yeah, no problem, we can do that. They don't argue about stuff with you. They don't push back that hard. They'll say what you're saying makes sense. They understand, and that's it. And that makes a good manufacturer when they listen. Who else is good? JG Maker are good like that. ECube makers seem to be good like that. Who else is good? I've dealt with a couple of other companies.
G-Tech's pretty good about that.
What?
G-Tech's pretty good about that.
G-Tech are not about their printers.
Yeah, no.
No. I have to admit, G-Tech are not good at taking feedback on their printers, and are not good at getting taking. They're not good at taking user input. Now, I like working with them. I like working with certain people there, but overall, they have internal issues that have to be sorted out. Is the nicest way of putting it.
I don't know. When I started making my website, I was very surprised on how quickly I realized manufacturers what were out there, what I had no idea about. Like, there was a bunch of them, what I added to my website, and I was just like, well, I've never heard of these people before. Let me do a little bit of research. And
Hey, Jerry. Sorry, Jerry, the link's in the chat if you want to come join.
Jerry,
Jerry.
actually, I'm pulling it up right now, and I can tell you which ones that I was just like, well, where did they come from? King's 3D Printing Tech Company.
But they're
I'm way
reseller,
too
aren't
good
they?
at this, surprisingly.
Oh, they're soldering.
I've never done it before, and I
As long
watched
as you
one
put-
video,
As long as you got plenty of flux, you should be doing. Are you using low temp or high temp?
low temp, because I don't want to melt my ABS and
So
my
then you just
connections.
are you using a hot air?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not using this hot air. I'm just using a $10 soldering iron and a third hand.
Whose website, Gary? Whose website are you referring to?
Which,
He could be talking about yours, Dan.
oh, wait, I didn't read what he said. I'm sorry.
The link to the hub site. Send it in the private chat, and I'll post it. I think because you were talking about the site, so. Yeah, Gary, we got you covered. We're waiting. We're gonna post it in chat.
Yeah, I always forget about the shrink
Let me
wrap that
show you
heats up.
guys something what I made.
Sure. I just posted in there is it's 3D Maker Hub. That's the site. .com. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. What is that's an old is that a Spanish Spanish galleon? It is. Is that an old
I
that's an
call
old
it the
Spanish
second
galleon, is it?
Renaissance.
Yeah.
And
Mountain Dew and
you
Coke.
see that already, I think. Oh, yeah, I love my Mountain Dew Coke.
Came out really good, man. Justin.
Hard to see, but that's my first one. I've got 4 more.
That's
And
fun.
Chucky. I saw that post earlier.
Yeah.
Came
So
out
did
really
I.
good.
So,
I still have to clean it up a little bit more, but
But it's so little it needs. Use really fine sandpaper, like
Yeah.
800 grit or something. Don't go coarser than that, because you don't. There's not much to be removed off it. It looks pretty good. Do an 800, then go up to a
it's 4 mil thick before the before the filling comes into 10%.
yeah. But I'm saying
10%
for,
infill plus 4 millimeters. The walls are thick.
they're thin.
So this is
Yeah, but
basically
that's what I'm saying.
no. Solid it is basically this. The arm is solid.
If you're doing small items like that, you should look at doing resin.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking
Resin's
about
messy,
going to
though.
resin.
It is, but the thing about it is, you get finer detail when you're doing miniatures.
yes, but
Or if you want to do really fine detailed with 0 layer lines, lithophanes, a resin printer, if that's the right size for you, a resin printer is the way to go, because you can get fantastic detail with a resin on a lithophane.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
it's unsurpassed.
I mean, to be truly honest, the stuff what
That's
comes
why I
out of
want to get
resin
it
printers-
raw.
smoky.
that is your resin, is your solder resin cord.
Yes,
That's what the smoke
and
is.
then I've got rosin paste flux too.
Yeah, don't. I would use one or the other, because
Okay.
the resin. If I was using resin flux, I wouldn't use the cord solder at all.
No,
I'd use
I'm
the
using
solid-
both.
Yeah, I know. I'd use a solid.
It's saving me time because I don't have to heat anything up. It's just literally a 1 click of heat and I'm done.
Yeah,
So, all right.
but so, uh,
And I did
What
a new
kind-
backing on this.
you put a new
you
backing
can
in it.
see.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That looks good.
Well, compared to the other one, I can show you the other one. Hold on a second. And get it.
Yeah. Well,
I learned that one the hard way. Where
well,
there's
that's when you set fire to your house.
yeah.
I still
Yeah.
don't believe you did that.
Dude, it
I've
was
done that to a printer.
no, it was. I tried to hang a floating desk on a wall, and needless to say, whoever did the electricity inside the house beforehand did not follow code, and I drilled through a wire, and there was smoke. There was
Oh, yeah.
fire. Yeah,
Not
it
as bad as a printer going.
no, I did lose an Ender 3. I lost an Ender
Ooh.
3 in the whole ordeal, but nothing real big. But you should have seen how quickly I cut a
Yeah,
hole
they're
in the
nice.
wall.
Right.
That's very nice, Matt. And shoved the fire extinguisher in there, and yeah, that was fun.
Right.
This one is just so nice.
The light, yeah, the lights were. Yeah, that came out really nice.
That's one of my favorite pieces. I
So you-
think I
So you do
I
know
give it
you
to
don't use infill. You use all walls, is what you use, right?
I use 100% infill, and I use
Okay.
0.8 wall.
They say it's better to not use walls and or not use infill at all. Just whatever the thickness it needs to be, use that number of walls. So instead of doing that way, then when you're printing the infill, right now when you're printing the infill, when you're laying the walls, it moves over and back along the print, right? Let me bring up here 1 second. So you're going over and back on the print when you're doing the walls. When you're doing
Yeah.
infill, it's doing this zigzag motion, and what's happening is it's not laying it down the same way. And they say it's better to lay it with do multiple walls instead. So what if it's if it's 3 millimeters, or let's say it's 2 millimeters thick, right? And you're doing a 0.4 nozzle, then you multiply 0.4 or divide 0.4 into the 2 millimeters to get the number of walls you need to do, and then set that to walls, and then that's all it will print is walls only.
Yeah,
And actually, it
will work.
gives a better finish. They say.
The only thing is, I think it would make it more pretty. So if you
It wouldn't,
crop the picture,
no.
it will.
You mean on the
my experience?
But it's PLA. PLA is going to be brittle no matter what you do with it.
Yeah.
But you're looking for quality.
If it goes with the line, it kind of have a more stronger bonding.
Not really,
Because right now I can.
I know, but you must remember, not really, because your shear point is still along the layer. Wherever that layer is laid down, that's a shear point, right? Because it lays everything along that same shear point.
Yeah.
Hey, old curmudgeon, how are you?
What is curmudgeon and why?
So that's the one thing about FDM. And when you're 3D printing something, you need to think about how it's printed and how the layers are laid down for the strength of the object. So if you print those flat, they'd be way stronger because the shear point is through the whole surface of it, right? If you print them standing up, your shear point is a horizontal cut through it. So when you're printing stuff for strength, you need to think about where the weight will be on the object, because you don't want the weight to be on an area where there's a shear plane. Because if there is, let's say you print something like it's an L shaped, and you print it like this, right? A bracket. And when you mount it on the wall, your shear point is here, so the weight will snap it right there. So you have a shear point, right? So, but if you print on its side, now the wall is the whole way along. The shear point is this direction through it. But you have continuous layer lines all along the outside of it. So you need to consider. I know they don't need that much physical strength, but when they're doing printing, you need to consider that. Hey, Lama, the link is there. It's going to come join us. And that goes for everybody. If the link is in chat, if you don't see it, let me paste it again to make sure. But
I'm actually making a larger picture of that one, what I showed you.
Yeah.
It was just a picture to see if it worked, how it comes out.
What were you saying, Justin?
The hardest thing is lining up my wire and my connector, like with the third hand, because I don't want to burn myself, obviously.
Well,
that's the best part.
Burning yourself is part of the fun, right?
No, thank you. Not in this day and age. Maybe a year and a half ago, but not right now.
I can't on YouTube. I can ping the link. I cannot pin it from within StreamYard.
Are you streaming to Facebook too?
I'm streaming to both. No, even
that's why.
No, actually, even just to YouTube only, I cannot pin in StreamYard.
Huh. Well, you can't pin in StreamYard. You should be able to pin on YouTube, though.
I can go to YouTube and pin it out
there.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That way it's just up top and no one has to go looking for it. Oh, my God.
That sounds really good.
Okay, so he's full.
That's really good.
You don't need a link. When I have a name up, the names underneath each person disappear. So if I put a banner underneath, such as this, the names move up for some of them. But when I'm highlighting the questions, the names disappear to make for everybody.
That's who we need to get in on a stream is Yardi. Yardi needs to get in here.
Well, everybody's welcome. The link is there if anyone wants to come join.
Yardi is a very, very knowledgeable guy. Sometimes when I have problems, I jump over there and, hey, Yardi, what am I doing wrong?
You turn it on. You turn the printer on.
Yeah, well, usually that's what he directs me to. He's
Alt
like,
F4.
Power on. And
Alt F4.
So let's see. Oh, Dan is giving you a hard time.
Who, me?
No, Dan is giving you already a hard time.
Ah.
You're welcome to join the conversation. The link is in chat. The StreamYard link. Clicking that, you can come in and join the conversation if you wish. Yeah, the first thing is troubleshooting in IT is it plugged in?
Yeah.
Is there power in the house?
Is there a green light on?
No.
Well, no, I have seen people in IT call IT people saying that they had problems with the computer, and when they IT support went through a whole series of checks with them, and at the end of it, they figured out that the person's had a power outage, and that's why their computer wasn't working.
Right.
They expected the computer to work with a power outage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump off for a minute. I might jump back in here in a little bit. I hear the. Yeah.
Yeah, put the kids to sleep.
I hear it.
You never yet level a bed. You tram a bed.
No. Just warm snuggles.
Come
But
on.
gentlemen,
All
pleasure.
right, it's been a while.
All right. See ya.
So yeah, so that's what I'm working on anyway. So I'm testing. I've got my idea maker profile ready. I have a bit of fine tuning still to do with it, but I've built an idea maker profile, and it's printing really nice. I'll know when it gets to finish off this part because I'm doing the Matter Hackers fill. You know, the 2-color astronaut. So if you can get good quality on all like the way it's done is there's really small areas where the color is injected, so it actually makes a nice print. If you can get a good quality print out of that, you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm making right now Jack Daniels bottle too.
Sorry?
I'm making right now a Jack Daniels bottle.
Are you going to
Your
fill it?
JD
Are you going to
bottle?
ship it to me?
I mean, you should do Jack Daniels to me because you're closer to the source.
Actually, JD is not. Sorry, I hate to say it. JD is not.
I know it tastes like chemicals. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
For me, it does, but I prefer vodka or like Scottish whiskey. You know,
A single malt.
blend
A single
whiskey.
malt. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
New job is keeping Old
Yeah.
Curmudgeon busy. That's good. Keeps you out of trouble, Old Curmudgeon.
Oh, he's always in trouble.
Idea maker and no blue tape. I'm printing a flex. It's a flex steel bed with the RSD, so that's what I'm using right now. And it's doing a nice job so far. I struggled with Cura to get the profile right, even
Cura's
though
a
how much
pain.
provided. I know I used a lot of Cura, and Cura can do a lot of stuff, and it's really good. But when you get into more complex printers,
It's
Cura,
not made for complexity.
no blue tape. I'm printing straight onto my bed, and it prints great. It's fantastic. It comes off easy. But and I like Cura. I know Cura. Like I can make Cura do 50,000 different things, right? I know it really well. But Idea Maker, I kind of know it, and I'm ramping up on it. But and it takes a while. But because it's an IDEX printer, Idea Maker was built around IDEX.
Yes,
It was made
because it was made for Raise 3D.
It was made for Raise 3D, and Raise 3D built IDEX printers. So it's actually got IDEX functionality built into the printer, which is really nice. And you can actually, like normally when you send, when you print a job, you can send, you have go to the menu, you have the option to do a mirror mode or duplicate mode. On Idea Maker, you have that option, and you can just say, I want to slice it for duplicate mode, and then put it in, and it'll do an S600 command to put it into duplication mode.
Hi guys.
Mikey,
How you doing?
good.
First time here. I thought I'd come in and say hi.
Of course. Where are you based?
Yeah.
I live in New Mexico.
Oh, okay. So we're up here freezing, and you're down there sunning yourself.
Warm.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for letting me come in. I'm having trouble with my camera.
No problem.
All good.
It's better trouble with your camera than trouble with your printer.
Yeah.
What printer do you got?
But I think it's a Creality one.
Okay. So are you new to printing, or?
Yeah, I just started a couple days ago.
Oh, you're very new. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so so you are just getting your feet wet. So to
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Some of us have been.
Yeah, it's raining outside. I got them wet.
That's not what I mean. Well, you are just getting your feet under the table, so to speak, in 3D printing, and it's yeah, I know it's Jerry, but I'm going to go with it.
Jerry.
But-
My name is Mikey.
Okay. But the 3D printing is fun. Even Matt can't give a straight face.
Hi, Matt.
See,
Hey, how are you?
everybody's saying it. We know, Jerry, it's you. And I agree. But let's give Mikey. Let's make some fun of Mikey anyway over here.
Approved.
How do you know it's not him? How do you know it's not real Mikey?
Because there he is. I know it's not him.
Yeah.
I should have
I was
changed,
just
changed
backing
the
you
avatar.
up, Mikey.
I know. I know it, Jerry.
The avatar gave it away. It's
That's
bald
funny,
and
though.
has a goatee, and he sounds stupid, so it must be him. No, I have a voice mod app, but I figured I'd hold my nose and talk like this. Hi guys, how you doing?
You should do one of your own streams like that for a laugh.
Yeah. Oh.
That was funny.
That one wasn't so good.
So what are you up to, Jerry?
Not much. I got a base going on a resin print. Just made some chicken and ate that. And I'm my Hypercube has some really cheap ass rollers on it, and I'm gonna get some good ones.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I put it.
roller soon.
I put on an aluminum, a new aluminum print head or a cutting head on my, with the air assist built in. I had a 3D printed air assist for my K40, but I was cutting some plywood, and with the air assist, it flamed up. The flame it moved with it, but it flamed up and actually melted my 3D printed air assist. So I put on an aluminum one on it now, and I have to realign my mirrors now my optics now that I've done that. So I'll work on that weekend. I'll work on getting that aligned this weekend. Get it ready for
Yeah,
cutting.
that sounds like fun.
We should keep that going. That's funny. Let me see. The name is Mikey. We have to change that.
Make it Johnny.
Johnny.
No,
Johnny,
we changed his name now to Mickey Mouse.
Ooh. Wow.
Oh, Michael in trouble with
Oh.
Disney.
Yeah, don't get in trouble with Disney.
Yeah, I think he means idlers. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, idlers. I was looking at what do you call them? Gates bells. I was looking at Gates idlers, and I'm trying to find them on Amazon.
Philastruder.
Huh?
Philastruder.com. They've got good in stock. That's where I've been getting mine from.
Are they in America?
Yes, Georgia.
Bill Extruder. Okay.
Philastruder.
Hey, Amanda.
Mandita.
I think that's the one I had a gift card to for $25, and they're at a PLA right now, and they'll give them next month sometime, and all they got the $40 stuff.
I don't know. That's someone else. I think.
I gave my gift card away to Ben Brady. See,
That's a new way to spell hello. Hullo. That's a new spelling. Aren't you a teacher?
Hello.
Oh,
She's
you're
German
going.
with the
What was
H.
that from? That was from. What was it? Megamind or something, wasn't it?
Wow, Betty Boop,
Hey,
how
Betty.
you doing? Stay in the bedroom, why don't you?
We have Betty, and then we have Mickey Mouse.
MICKEYMLUSE.
Okay, don't give us your day
Oh
job.
god, we're gonna get fired. So now we've got 2.
Sounds more like a drunken Mickey Mouse now.
Now we've got 2. Kind of a pain.
Nice.
2 for 45 minutes. Woohoo!
Well,
I'll
at
get
least
there.
you're getting there. You're working on it, and you should be getting it finished this weekend. You said.
Only if the belts show up. If the belts don't show up, the printer does not get anywhere near done. Literally, I'm waiting on the belts for my Z drive and Z axis.
But everything else is built, isn't it?
Everything is literally. I can't do any of the major wiring until I get the belts because I have to measure wire. I can't mount my Z gantry. I can't do anything. I can't do my underside, my controller wiring, my heat bed wiring. I can't do any of it until I get the belts. I'm just like,
Oh, here comes trouble.
oh, kick him out. I don't want him here.
Hey, Llama.
So,
Hey Lama, how are you?
Who let Lama
I'm
in?
good.
Damn it.
I clicked the wrong button.
Oh, damn it.
Anyone able to magically teleport? No, but I can show you. But mine is outside printing away right now.
Jerry, go to the printed side and get the LDO pulleys.
Printed solid.
No.
Yeah, get the LDO ones. I like the LDO ones better than the Gates ones.
Well, LDO doesn't make 9mm ones. That's why I went with Philistruder.
Actually, I think they do. It's just hard to get a hold of them.
Yeah, that's why I went with Philistruder.
Oh, by the way, guy, everybody who's out there, don't forget to like, subscribe, kick that thumbs up, ding that bell, please, so you get notified when I come online. If you're not already done so, but the thumbs up actually really helps the ranking. So please click those thumbs up.
Yeah, if you're just using a 6mm standard belt, get the LDO idlers. They're better than Gates, I thought.
Unless you need tooth pulleys, then you're looking at.
No, the tooth ones are good too.
I haven't.
Yeah, I
I
need
like it better. That's what I have is tooth.
I need 6 tooth pulleys, and they are 6mm belts, and I need 2 smooth pulleys. So I went to change one of them out, and the bearings are falling out. They're Ziltech / Amazon garbage.
Yeah, they're idlers, not pulleys. Remember that.
Renee, I have not done
Pulleys
this.
actually mount on the motor.
Yeah, I haven't done the square one yet. I did the layered one because I was fine tuning my profile for Idea Maker. I will do one of the swirly ones in the next few days. I'm right now doing the MakerBot Phil Astronaut, which is dual color, and I'll post that when it's done. But I haven't done the swirly ones yet, but I will do it for you.
Just the other thing, Jerry, LDO and Gates, both of them, their idlers are about 1mm taller than standard ones. Their lips on top and bottom are thicker, and it makes about 1mm taller. So sometimes, like I had to redesign and reprint all of my pulleys on this thing because they wouldn't fit. They were just that little bit taller. I don't know how much room you have in yours, but just know that if there's not enough room for them to bobble up and down a little bit, they won't fit.
While you're chatting, let me go and take a picture of how it's looking right now on the dual printer. I'll show Renee. One moment.
What do we print?
All right. This.
Is that some kind of effect, or do you have one of those dome lights?
That's a ring light right there. I got my camera sitting mounted behind the ring light.
Oh, that's pretty cool. It almost looks like a special effect kind of thing. I was looking at printing one of those, and then I had to deal with the lights and the electronics and all that, and that's just not my bag.
Yeah, normally I got a big box light up here. It's like 18 by 18. I got a piece of cardboard in it painted black, and that beams down on me. But my son bought me this cheap ring light off Amazon, so I'm using that now.
Yeah. So let me see. picture for myself. I can post it
Go
on.
to the funnel.
I only started that image that print a while ago. So just let me send it to myself, and I can show you on the screen in a moment.
I stuffed myself with chicken and stuffing and taters, and I want more, and I'm so stuffed I can barely move, and I still want more because it was really good. All right,
Yeah, Justin,
that solder, buddy.
Justin Liam, I missed you yesterday. I streamed for like 4.5 hours. And I
I
didn't
was
see
at
you.
work.
The middle of the day can be
I have
hard for me.
I have that fancy day job thing.
Yeah, I have one of those things too. That it's a 4-letter word. What's it called? Yeah, work.
Money. Yeah.
Yeah, I was on 2 to 5:30 Pacific, and a lot of people by 4 or 5 o'clock. It's a couple hours later where you're at.
I don't get home till 6 Mountain Time, and I usually have to eat dinner before I can do
Okay.
anything. So normally Wednesdays are a little different, but
Sorry, Jerry, that I had to go out early yesterday.
That's
but,
fine.
I had somebody knocking on my door 11 o'clock at night.
That's what Hangouts are for. Come and go. I don't expect people to pop in and sit there the whole time like I am. You know, just come in and come and go. It's fine.
Yeah.
that's a gas station.
Gas station. Come and go. That's what she said.
Back to this. This one goes to the center.
Almost done.
Okay, let me see what. Let me, 1 second, Renee, and I'll show you how it's looking. It's looking good so far. Just 1 second. Let me share out my screen.
I forgot what work was like.
It's not fun, I'll tell you that.
Well, I'll trade you.
Right?
You can.
I'd rather be at home. I'd rather be at home working on my printers all day.
You can come babysit my mother, and I'll go to work.
How often do you have to check on her?
It's done. Like, I won't go down there now because she's in her chair and she'll be asleep within a half an hour.
Does she yell when she needs you, or she call you on the phone?
Yeah. She needs, I can hear her down there. If anything happens, like she's fallen a few times and all she got to do is yell. Even though it's 2 stories down, I can hear her. But, I usually go down there a dozen times during the day, but you got to do dishes and clean and sweep, and she's got issues, so I'm always down there cleaning up, and she's old. Laundry. Goes through a lot of laundry. What the hell is that?
Okay, Renee, and that's what's happening with mine right now.
Looking good?
It's looking pretty good and clean.
Yeah.
Oh, I've unmuted my YouTube. 1 second.
What printer is that you do dual color on?
Oh, I must be unmute my YouTube. 1 second.
Royal Moses in the barbecue. What the hell are you doing?
Soldering, so much
He's on a
fun.
Mac. I saw a little apple in the corner. What, man? Use a Mac.
Come on.
So what everybody's working on?
Oh, so much fun.
I'm resin printing a cable, the character cable from Sanix.
Alright. And you,
I am
Lama?
eventually soldering.
Because you don't have enough models behind you there, Jerry.
No, I don't.
Oh, crap. I ate way too much food.
Normal.
I was out
Oh, we all
sweeping the driveway pretty much all day to make sure they can get in here tomorrow. They are taking Mom to get her first vaccine shot.
Yours should be what, a minute behind, right?
Huh?
Yours should be only like 5 minutes behind, right?
What?
Your vaccine shot.
I can't get one.
Mm.
I'm gonna be 65 or older. I'm not quite that old yet.
Yeah.
Well, that's up for debate.
Well, in a couple of months, I'll be as old as my dad as old as my dad was when he died when I was 17. That was a mouthful.
Well, that's a pleasant thought there, yeah.
Yeah.
If my dad was still alive, it'd be like 97, 98 years old.
Jesus, he was an old man when he had you then, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I was a mistake. That's why I'm so short. He's like, oops, stop this.
Not been a mistake.
Well, I'm not going to finish my sentence on what I should say about that, but anyway.
Anyway, let's not go there.
You start your new job Monday. Nice. Congratulations. Voron is Shane. He's Justin's Voron is he's working on it right now, but it's awaiting belts.
Yep, driving me nuts. One of two things is gonna happen. The company's gonna overnight them to me tomorrow, or I'm gonna spend twice as much money and get them overnighted from a different supplier and cancel that order. And then I'm gonna blast them everywhere I damn well can.
Why? Where the hell did you buy them from?
SDPSI, because I need 188 millimeter, 6 millimeter Gates genuine 2GT belt.
Boring Benji for a printer review.
4.
No, I ain't doing Benji.
How much you guys pay for the belts?
Say again?
How much do you pay for the belt?
For
pay,
6 meters of 9 mil 2GT and 6 188 millimeter 6 mil belt loops, $100. Because I'm literally doing. I'm doing 14. Each belt loop, each Z-axis has almost 1,500 millimeters of belt.
That's a lot.
That's why I'm doing it. Let's see. So that's done. That's done. One more to do. We're getting there.
Yeah, plywood would be a good idea.
Because I know I have to replace my belt soon on one
There's-
of my machines.
There's about a 20 to 30 second delay in the chat, and then the stream.
Yeah, I've noticed that if you have two screens open, when we say something here, you look over at your other screen, it's like 40 or 50 seconds later.
It just depends on the.
But that's good. Well, no, they build that in to buffer it, so in case anything goes wrong with the quality, they can keep playing while they're rebuffering the next stuff. So. Yeah, I agree.
Gates Power Grip 2GT Smooth Idler, $749 a piece.
Amanda, I would give them grace, but I ordered them on the 11th. They're supposed to ship on the 21st, and tomorrow will be another additional week.
I don't see any tooth idlers here, Mama.
Where?
On Print Solid.
What size?
I think my belts are 8 millimeter.
8.
8. That's an odd size.
You got 6 millimeter.
Maybe
belts.
6 millimeter. Yeah, I wrote it down here, 6 millimeter.
6 millimeter belts, but how many tooths?
I don't know.
16, 22, or 20, or 32s. I'm assuming they're 16s or 20s.
I'm assuming they're probably 20.
6 mil.
How small are they?
You just count them on the ones you already have.
Yeah. That's kind of hard to do. Unless I take a
Most
black
of the time
marker,
you-
mark
Yeah,
one with a
mark-
marker
mark-
and try to go around.
Yeah, mark them and count them as you go.
Yeah.
I usually just mark the top. I can tell now just by looking at them which one it is, but I've been doing it long enough that I can see it. Most of the time, they're 16s. Most people use 16s.
No,
Yeah.
no. There's a lot of 20 tooths as well.
There's a lot of 20s, but most people use 16s.
Well, I got to take some off the rear of the printer where they're doubled up in the back because those I replaced not too long ago off Amazon, and the two up front that are on the X-axis are different. That came with the kit from Ziltech, so I could have interchanged different sizes. The teeth might not be the same between them.
That can screw you up because that'll pitch your belts out and make it so.
Like I say, I've been having a lot of debris, but I found the bearings, a little stupid, what they call bearings in them, sleeves, were broke and tore up, and that's probably why I got all the belt debris everywhere.
That's what happened to mine.
So I need to replace all of them to make sure they're all the same.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Rubbing against the top and bottom of the pulley.
Yeah.
It's chewing up the belt.
And I got cheap Amazon belts on it, and I priced good belts, and for the amount of millimeters I need, two long belts like 6 foot long, and you buy them from E3D, they're $1 million.
Yeah, I get it.
You should find a local person here. You should make friends. I don't know who it is, but you should make friends with the person who won the lottery here in Michigan over the weekend.
Really?
One person won the lottery, the Michigan lottery, $1 billion.
Yeah.
They can buy a few 3D printers.
I'm sitting here staring at both Smoothie and Idler.
It's a lot of money.
Well, you get about half of it.
Charity you can do with that.
Here's the easy one. What size bolt's going through it? That'll tell me if it's a 16 or. Are you using M3s or M5s?
Oh, I don't know. I got to measure one. One of them's all chewed up. He was cutting into the bolt and wearing it down.
Just look at the bolt. All you gotta do is look at it.
Well, no, they have
16
tooth with 5 mil and 6 mil.
Most of the time, 16s are 3 mil and 20s are 5. Most of the time, you can't do 5 with a 16; it won't fit.
Yeah, I've got them right on this printer right here.
You don't have a 16 with a 5 mil and a freaking
5 mil shaft. 5 mil shaft. Yeah.
On a pulley, not an idler.
Yeah, I do.
The bearing would be too big. The bearing would be bigger than the pulley. You can't do it.
Pretty sure I do. But...
you have the $1 million to your pinky.
Unless you're doing like a sleeved one that doesn't have a bearing, it's just got a sleeve in it. You literally can't get a bearing in there unless you use kind of micro.
It's measuring 2.85.
What's that?
It's measuring 2.85.
It's 3 mil.
It's a 3 mil, so it's likely. Hold it up. I'll be able to tell just by looking at it. Yeah, no, you got the pulley? I was talking about the pulley.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they're 3 mil bore. That's just it. You can't do a 16 with a 5 millimeter bolt through it. It won't work. Not unless there's like some kind of the bearings in the shoulder up above it. It's really tall.
I'll have to pull it up.
The two smooth pulleys are really large, and the ones with the teeth on it are a lot smaller.
Well, I got to see the teeth. Yeah. See, the tooth one's 16 and the idler.
Here, let me put you full screen, Jerry. 1 second.
The toothed ones are definitely 16s. And the smooth is a 20. Which ones are original to the printer, though?
These larger ones?
So it was a 20 originally. That is a 60. Hold that 16 back up.
No, actually, it had both on it. When I built the kit, it came with both.
That's not a 5 millimeter bore? Or is the bearing missing?
Bearings are gone out of it.
I was going to say, because that was a 3 millimeter bore.
But it'd be the same as this one.
Yeah, it's a 3 millimeter bore. Most of them are 3 unless you get into the bigger pulleys.
And I used multiple bolt kits. Some I bought off Amazon, the one that came from Ziltech with the assortment. And one of my bolts has been chewed up real bad.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I found is if you can find them, they're hard to find now. I used to get them from Mr. Metric, but if you can get shouldered 3 millimeter bolts instead of threaded all the way, they actually fit on the pulley and the bearing better. There's no play.
I'm going to keep you up there now. You have to make faces all night, Jerry. No, Now do the voice.
Hello, hi everybody.
Wow.
Please smash the like button and tell me you love him.
I'm gonna record. I'm gonna pull that audio out.
Did you buy? You bought that as a kit, right?
Yeah.
All right, last one.
Pre-parted kit. It wasn't assembled. It was pre-parted.
No, it's all parts. You had to figure it out. No instructions. It's like
I-
$750, but because I'm an affiliate, I got a really good deal.
Yeah, you got it from
Ziltech.
Yeah.
Mine has instructions, but there's not really kits yet.
I was gonna say you can probably look at your kit list and it'll tell you what bearing sizes they were, but I'm guessing you got 16s and 20s there, which Printed Solid's got. You got both right now.
That's fine, Renee.
Here, it's a link to all the LDO at Printed Solid in stock right now.
All right.
But you can talk about Lego.
Yeah, you carry more, but they don't
I'll
have-
talk about and I'll play with my 3D printers because I know you haven't got your Artist D yet. So I'll tell you how great the printer is, and you can sit there being envious and talk about Lego.
I would love to have an
Yeah,
artist, Steve, but I can't afford it, and they didn't mail me one.
Yeah, and they
To
have.
make out of 3D print out of Lego.
They only
That'd be awesome.
had.
They do that.
I think it was 8 or 10 beta machines, Jerry. That's all they had.
And then
And
Jim gave his away like a week ago on his live stream. He goes, hey, you guys want to come pick it up? You can have it. I'm getting rid of it. I don't want it.
Who did Jim? Who?
Jim from Edutech.
Oh, he
His
did.
artist D. He said, yeah, I'll give it to whoever. And I said, well, can you ship it to Vegas? He's like, dude, it costs too much. No.
Yeah, they're heavy.
Dan and a bunch of people like, hey, I'll drive over there right now and get it. So
It's 45 pounds.
yeah, well, the box size, the shipping is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, we need to change that, but won't happen yet.
It won't ever happen.
So,
Needs to happen. You want to compete with China? That's what's got to
I
happen.
think Amazon should just pay for everybody shipping in America for free. Whatever you want to ship, they make plenty of money. I get Amazon pulling up out front here almost every day to bringing me something.
I shouldn't say anything, but I've had Amazon Prime since the beginning, and I've never paid a dime for it. So
Cool.
I used to pay $100.
My mom had that too because she
I
was
pay
a
$120 a month.
Well,
or a year.
month. Oh,
A year. Sorry.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 100. It was 100. Now it's 120 or something.
I let my
But
sister use my account, so she gives me $20 a year.
I baited for them when they were first trying it out, how they were going to do it and lay it out and everything. And they were supposed to give me the first year for free when it went live, and I haven't paid for it since.
Here's something most people don't know about Amazon. When the internet all popped up for us to use back in the early 90s, they only sold books, period.
Yep.
They were a bookstore, and a lot of people don't know that.
Mhm.
And they
All
still
right.
sell books. I mean,
They-
like you and me
yeah,
that have
they were
books at
too.
home.
got
Yeah,
ourselves a
started with the
completed
Kindle.
Nice.
end stop to JST.
And I'll say,
Pain.
if you're going to buy a book reader, if you're going to read books on your whatever, the Kindle White, that's just a black and white one. It actually will do colors too, but it's basically a black and white one. It's still the easiest on your eyes to read off of.
It is, yeah, the e-reader, yeah.
I've got an original Kindle somewhere in a closet someplace.
Well, Jerry, you got like a crack in your lens or a hair on your lens or something. I thought it was on my screen. Oh no,
Holy-
it's a freaking cable coming off your headset. I thought it was a crack. It's the way it's showing, it doesn't it? Doesn't it look like there's a crack on the screen or something?
Travis, Lama's never quiet. What are you talking about? I mean, why his audio is so low? It's because his microphone is so far away from him.
Yeah, here you go. Is that better?
No,
That better.
you're not using that microphone. You're using a different mic.
Auto Drop 3D. Hello, and how are you doing today?
Lama, you're not using that mic. You're using a different one. Maybe one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Hey, Auto Drop, how are you?
Why did it default to the webcam mic? That's weird.
All right, guys. I say good
That's
night.
weird. That's
It's like-
really weird.
That's why I'm using this thing.
Say goodbye to Matt because
They
he's
won't even let me see it.
Jerry.
Oh,
Say goodbye
I
to
know
Matt in the
why.
voice.
I unplugged it because I got the hard drive.
Say hi to who?
Say goodbye to Matt in that voice because he's leaving.
Goodbye, man. You have a wonderful day.
Oh, I can't get enough of that.
No, I plugged it. I'm playing with the hard drives. Switching them around. I've got a weird hub/hard drive case that I don't even know how to describe it. It's like an old Mac. It matches the Mac Mini, but it's older. And it's got a hub in it, but one of the USB ports only works. It doesn't like auto work. You have to actually go and select it and make it work. You know what I mean? Every time. It doesn't just start up. I don't know why.
Well, my camera decided to get too warm, so
Yeah, we've seen that. It told us.
well, I'm not going to be on camera for a bit.
That's okay. We know what you look like.
Unfortunately.
Probably go.
I never said that. I would never say it to your face.
Sure.
Everything's gonna freak out for a minute.
You would.
So, Rene and whoever is looking at the Artist D, there's one thing unusual about the Artist D compared to other printers, if you have other 3D printers, is in the middle of the bed, it's supported. It's a fixed point. So the center will never be low, right? So there's a bolt in the center holding up the bed in the center. So you level to your center of your bed first, and then later on, you go off and you level your corners. So basically what you're doing is you're pulling down the corners to match the bed center, is what you're actually doing. Rather than most beds, you have a lot of beds either have a high in the center or a low in the center. This does not have that. You level the center first, and then you do the four corners, and then for your second extruder, you bring it in, and you set it by doing offsets to get the second and the first extruder in tram together. You level one, you tram one because it's the fixed extruder, and then the second extruder you do it with offsets. That you do X, Y, and Z offsets to get them to be perfectly aligned.
Okay.
How's your audio now?
It's working now, ain't it?
Speak again.
It's working now, ain't it?
Hey, you're very low.
Real low. Low. We can hear you.
On the right mic. Default.
Yeah, yesterday I couldn't interrupt anybody for about 3 minutes. I had my mic turned off when I'm talking, and everybody keeps going. It's like, what the fuck? Excuse me. And I was muted.
I may have to restart the computer to make it see it. It is working though. It says it's working.
Oh, well.
Take care, Amanda.
Take care, Amanda.
Input. Oh, it's got it turned way down in the system.
That's
That should
probably
be
why.
better.
That's better.
Hey, Shane, what's going on?
Yeah, I was playing with USB plugs and I unplugged it and moved everything around and it disconnected it.
Let's see. What else?
So you guys tell me this. You're more super geeky than I am. So my brother bought me this hard drive in case. Actually, the hard drive's he bought me a hard drive, but I put mine in because it's bigger. The 1 terabyte SSD.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Now, the new Macs have 2 USB-C ports that are Thunderbolt USB-C, supposedly. I have a USB-C cable to USB-C.
Mm-hmm.
I plug it in. I plug it into the back of the Mac. This thing is a dog. It's no faster than my
Because
spinny
it's probably
drive.
a USB 2, not a USB 3.
No,
Even
if
though it's got the
USB-C,
adapter.
Oh no, because if I take this and I plug it in, which goes to a regular USB, plug it into the hub that I have existing, it screams. It does like 200 or 300 megabits a second compared to 34. It does 34 this. It does like 234 with this. And that's just a standard USB cable that's supposed to be slower than this. Because this is actually USB-C / Thunderbolt /
Well,
3.25 million, whatever.
yeah, but there's a difference because the wiring in a Thunderbolt is different to carry high data throughput, where a normal USB or a
Yeah, but
USB
this thing's the Mac's supposed to be able to see it and know which one it is and automatically assign
No,
it.
actually, no. A Mac, there's a lot of USB connection devices that do not adhere to the standard that Mac uses for auto negotiation of data transport. So,
but
you do run into
the
that.
only difference is the cable, and I'm using
If
a
you set it on a
slower
shelf
cable.
higher than your computer, it'll run faster.
Data
Goes
flows
downhill, is that it?
Well, actually, no. It actually does make a difference because the USB and USB-C to negotiate data transfer rates, they do.
Cool.
Here, let me bring you up over. Let me bring you over there to
Nice.
This is the XYZ gantry. So this is what does all the fun part.
I'm not actually a big fan of the Voron head.
I am. It's actually really cool when you get into.
I love the look of it, though. I think
sweet.
it just looks freaking beautiful.
Here, let me bring it.
It's not really great, though.
Voron head. What planet is
This is what it is. It's a Bondtech extruder that you buy the Bondtech gearing, and I bought original using a 4020 fan up top and a 4010 mechatronics below with a good old mosquito.
Yeah, and you can put a mosquito in it or a V6
put whatever you want. I chose Mosquito Magnum because this thing is going to crank plastic.
Yeah, and they got custom blowers so you can put any extruder you want on it.
2 screws and I can swap it out. So
I think they look great.
Yeah.
I just don't think they perform as well as everyone hypes them to be.
I'll let you know when I get mine done.
It'll be better than your Raise. That it will be.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
This thing's gonna kick the Raze's ass. I'm gonna sell the Raze. That's how. I already have 2 people interested in it in state.
I'd love to Raise because the first thing I'd do if I had that Raise is probably put a Voron head on it. I can make anything happen.
Not with their proprietary freaking crap.
See, that's why I don't.
That's why I don't recommend, if you don't like proprietary, avoid the Raze.
Yeah, I know.
Even though I put out
that's the one with the X gantry, though, right?
X, what do you mean?
It's got the 2 of them that move counter to each other. That's
the E2. Mine's just the N2.
So you have a standard like a Ender 5 almost.
It's like an Ultimaker, basically the same motion.
Yeah, that's an X head. An Ultimaker's an X head.
Dan is offering to drive down and pick it up.
For $1,700, you can do that.
But but about the USB-C, they negotiate the data transfer speeds, and if the cable does not carry the right or has noise on the cable, or it's not properly shielded, and there's a whole rigmarole of stuff that has to be set up.
I made sure that was like the highest rated cable I could get. That wasn't like $75.
Well, I'm just saying. Right now, they have Raspberry Pi has a problem. The Pi 4 gig version of the Pi 4 had a problem that the auto negotiation with the USB-C connector from the Apple machines, the Apple chargers.
Yep.
It would not auto negotiate, and it actually gave power problems. It wouldn't power up because they made a mistake on the board of the Pi 4 gig that it did not auto.
No, that was the 8 gigs that was having issues.
Sorry?
It was the 8 gigs doing that.
No, it was the 4 gig.
Really?
The 8 gig, yeah.
Oh, because I have
because the USB-C is supposed to carry the power, huh?
I just bought a 4 gig, so yay.
I have an 8 gig.
Yeah, and they can't fix it. You have to use the Pi power supply for it.
I won't be. I'll be running my Switch directly to. It is a Pi power supply, but I'm going to run it straight off my 25-watt 5-volt PSU.
They are the greatest.
As long as you get 2.5 amps, you're good.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, if you don't, it needs that 2.5 amps. Otherwise, it'll run into problems. Yeah.
Yeah,
you won't have enough power to run it.
I love my Mac.
Grab one of my DIN rails that's waiting for it to
I
be
actually
installed.
expected to have way more problems with it.
Here's one of my DIN rails with my little 25 watt PSU, my SSR, all that.
Oh, nice.
Parts. Here's another one. Oh. Big power supply.
Hey, Boiler, how are you? I like Mac laptops and the desktops, and all those are fine. I personally do not like the Mac mobile devices.
I don't like the iPhone. I'll do anything else except the iPhone.
I don't like the iPads or the iPhones. I prefer
iPads are
I love my iPhone, my iPad, but they're no better or worse than a Droid. I had Droids. I didn't have a problem with it.
It's just my personal preference.
I find them more stable, although not by much.
Well, I use Mac, I use Android, I use Windows, and I use Linux or Unix or other variations of that as well. So, like, I have a Linux server for my astrophotography photographs.
I just prefer Mac OS.
Sorry, Jerry.
Hey, Mr. B. Mr. Buttram, Boiler Rim.
Yeah,
more stable.
So I have a variety of them. Being in IT, my background being IT, I have I always have a variety of systems around. We know, Travis, you're just stirring it up.
It's funny. My brother used to call me. He did, like, when he was working at Sun Silicone, and then at where the hell else did he work? Red Hat. Whenever they had a Mac problem, he used to call me. Be like, dude, I can't deal with it. Tell me what to do.
Because Red Hat is just Linux.
Huh?
Red Hat is Linux.
Yep.
And that's why the Mac...
They still deal with Macs hooking up to them and stuff. It's a server.
Yeah.
Server software. So they still have to, do everything and address Macs as PCs and Linux. They have to address everything.
Yeah, but it's not that hard.
No, it's not. But every once in a while, there's some script that was written in some update that, a Windows machine or a Mac or somebody doesn't, cope with properly with their interface or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, they go screwy.
Normal.
I've never had problems with them. I'm used to using them all, so it doesn't make a difference for me.
Yeah.
My biggest.
He just never used them. He used to use them back in college a lot because they were the first real networkable computer. But
yeah,
we used to play. I remember when he was in college, he used to go up to Boston, and over the weekends, I don't know if you guys even know the name of the game, but we used to play Marathon in the IT booth. It was the only place where you could get like 6 Macs all networked together. And it was the first person shooter network game back then.
Don't know it.
Do you ever play Marathon?
No, not a gamer. Never was.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it. And I've been a gamer forever until I got into 3D printing.
Yeah.
That kind of screwed me up.
That was back in the mid 80s.
I was always a hardware guy. I liked IT. I liked the infrastructure. I liked the
he did too.
I like killing people in games.
Yeah, well, that was literally the first networked first-person shooter was Marathon.
Yeah, I don't know. As I said, I've never been into games. It's always been the hardware for me. I was, and no longer, but I was a Cisco engineer, and to design IT infrastructure. I used to do corporate LAN, WAN, global, worldwide IT infrastructure designs and implementations. That's how I ended up here in the States. I moved around a lot with my job, and to do IT design and IT infrastructure designs and implementation. So
I don't have any problems with dongles or special adapters. I don't use anything special.
No, neither do I.
Issues with it. But that's because I got the new Mac.
Well, I have a Mac. I don't have any special dongles, really.
Mama is the special.
If anything needs dongles, it's PCs need them more than the Macs do.
Oh,
Macs
that's a
actually
good side
plug in the work.
that game.
Yeah, Doom, Wolfenstein.
No, Marathon was way before Wolfenstein even came out. Like 10 years before. Not, but it was a long time before.
My favorite weapon in those kind of games was a chain gun. I wish I had one in real life, like you see that people they have on military ships and airplanes. That would be awesome.
Marathon was before Duke Nukem or Wolfenstein or any of those. Those things weren't even invented yet. The graphics are not, they're terrible. They're like very, very.
Oh, they were 8-bit blocky. Yeah.
Yeah, they're 8-bit blocky.
Yeah.
But they're like aliens. But it's funny because I go to play it now because you can get it emulated. And I've played it a couple times. And the motion is just so jerky. It's unreal. And I used to think that was great. And it's like the alien comes at you and he's shooting and it's like click, click.
Yeah,
click.
I remember when the graphics used to be awesome in those games and you see them 20 years later. It's like, what the hell? I played that.
It was a local network only. There was there really wasn't internet then. I mean, it was there, but you didn't. Internet back then was still text-based.
Llama's letting us all know that he grew up back when things were rotten.
Wait, yeah, that was 1885, right?
Yep.
Llama gave dirt its name.
I don't know. Jerry's older than I am.
56, 57 in a few months, unfortunately.
You got a year on me. I'll be 56.
It's kind of depressing being this old because, if I live to be however old I live to be, 70, 80, 90, it's like, wow, I can see the end of the tunnel. I'm over the hill, and that really sucks. But that's life.
We can 3D print a new version of you, Jerry.
Yeah. I told my wife I'm going to 3D print her an urn, so when she dies, I'm going to have her pride, and I'm going to stick her in the urn, put little googly eyes on it or something. Then when I have my new girlfriend, I'll set her up on the shelf in the bedroom. She can watch.
Wow, dude.
Man, you're cold.
And here comes the slipper from a distance.
So frightened.
Because she's just in the other room.
Yeah, because she might hear me. She has some pretty big ears. She can hear pretty good.
Oh, she was in here earlier.
Yeah, he might be.
I want to see the slipper come in and smack him upside the head.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
We have your back, Betty. We have your back. Yeah.
Oh, that would be funny.
So when I'm looking at these idler pulleys, it's with a 5mm bore or 3mm, they're talking about the bolt diameter.
Yeah.
That goes through. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Dominic said he's the oldest here.
Yours are all 3. I'm guessing you got 16s and your smooths are 20, and you can get to 20. You can get to 20s with the 3 or the 5. The 16s are all 3.
She was on here a while ago.
When I get paid Friday, I'll order some.
Here, Llama, pulley.
We're not talking a pulley. We're talking an idler.
Is that an EMA 23?
No, this is just a 17.
Well, it's so large. What is the?
It's a beast. It's from OMC Stepper.
Yeah.
These are my Z motors, so they have to be able to run some serious power.
Oh, because it's lifting all that weight in the bed, yeah.
It's actually, it's split to 4. The bed's stable. The bed is solid mounted to the frame.
Why are you using one big stepper when you can split it across 2 or 4?
Because you can.
4?
Oh, okay. So you can...
So what they do is you get each corner of the gantry gets a stepper and a gear reduction.
Oh, okay. So you're going to gear it down.
That's how it's designed. So it'll run one belt off. I don't have it set up right because I have no idea how it's supposed to go. And it'll take the 16 tooth to an 80 tooth and then come off a 9mm 20 tooth.
Wow. So therefore the Z movement will be very, very fine detail, very fine.
Yes. Not any finer than a regular old printer.
Are they 1.8s or are they 0.9s?
They're 1.8s.
Okay.
But then you're talking 1.8 from a 16 to an 80, which I can't think of the gear reduction number because I don't do that kind of math.
A buttload of gearation.
A buttload. And then to a 9mm, which brings it up and down.
Yeah. For those who don't know, the normal steppers that most people use are 1.8 millimeter steps, or 1.8 degrees. Sorry, not millimeters, degrees out of a circle. And then if you're doing half steps, it actually gets pulled by the two sensors on both sides magnetically, and so your step is halfway between them. Whereas you can get 0.9, and on a 0.9, when you do micro stepping, you can actually get to a 4.5 half step, which is even finer again. But you can get finer steppers out there, but the standard is 1.8 degrees.
Yeah. I went to 0.9s and I got rid of them after about a month. They just weren't. You lose too much torque. And there's so little accuracy difference. There is a little, and you can see it if you really look, but you really got to look.
Small details, that's where the benefit is. That's about
Yeah, but you can get you
get smoother arcs too.
So you can get high torque 1.8s now.
Yeah, but they still don't. High torque is still about half the torque of a 1.8.
But you can get them.
They just aren't there.
But you can get them geared now, so you actually get the torque because of the gearing.
Well, that's why.
Then you get weight.
If I did 1.8, then I could still do this, but then I have to double all my steps everywhere, which in the grand scheme, when I'm already doing a gear reduction, that doesn't matter because this already is going to smooth out everything.
Yep, exactly.
Mr. Buttram, I've got 6 idlers that have teeth on them, so I need a total of 8, 2 smooth and 6 with teeth.
Yep, same thing I got in this.
And yes, I had 2 of them.
Why? They're all the same.
I had 2 of them that were backwards.
Yeah, you can run either or on the others. It just you can end up with artifacts in your print, especially with Core XY by running it backwards.
Yeah.
You can run a smooth where a tooth is, and you won't see too much because the teeth are rubbery enough. But if you run a toothed one on the smooth side, you'll actually see it more. I know it sounds backwards, but you get a stutter when it hits the flat spot.
Yeah. What are you working on, Lama?
Not a damn thing.
Normal.
Nothing at all?
I was literally sweeping my driveway. I swept my whole driveway, a half a fucking mile long today, to get the snow off of it so they can come get her to take her to freaking get her COVID shot tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to make sure there was no snow, there was no ice, there was no excuses when they show up to freaking take her away. There was no, but we can't get up the driveway. I literally swept my driveway because the snow, there wasn't enough there to do shoveling, and it's a dirt driveway, so it's actually easier to use a push broom and sweep it.
Yeah, they happen every
like 6 hours.
They're not intentional, and we try to minimize them. But people make mistakes,
What?
He was saying there was an F-bomb, and I said they happen again.
Did I swear? I might have. Sorry.
If it happens, it's fine. We all do it, right?
Yeah, as long as it's not every other sentence, who cares?
I used to remember to do that.
Oh, go on, Jerry. What are you going to do now? You're muted.
You're
talking
muted.
to yourself. You're on mute.
Yeah, you are.
Your headset is muted.
No, not. Yes, you are.
What?
Wow, Jerry is really quiet, isn't he, today?
Did your headset kill the battery?
Wait, Jerry's quiet?
No sound, Jerry.
He's never quiet.
No sound coming out.
You have muted your headset.
I think he muted himself.
Yeah. He's not muted in the app because there's no little X.
You're not muted here. You're muted on your side.
Sir mutes a lot.
Did your headset crap out? The battery die? Or did you just accidentally hit the off button when you got up and moved around?
Ooh, it's dead.
There he is.
There he is. There he is.
Jerry.
There he is.
Quiet. It's lovely.
It was so quiet.
It's lovely. No, it's lovely when I get quiet.
That's
that never happens. We know better.
Yeah.
Oh, it happens once in a while.
When?
See,
when the earth blows
when
up?
Lama gets quiet, then we all get worried.
Yes.
No, that just means there's actually someone interesting on the stream with me. That's all.
Wait,
You guys-
You're saying we're
you're
not
interesting? You're not including yourself in that statement.
Oh no, I'm not interesting. I'm just an obnoxious loudmouth.
Yes.
Me and Dan, we can compete.
Trust me, I know.
Renee just said your hearing aid is out of batteries, Jerry.
Dan's a much better storyteller, though. He just rambles on and on and on.
Who, Dan?
Is Dan here? He is
He
here.
is here. He was here a while ago anyway. Yeah, is he still here? I think he might be.
He's probably lurking as usual
Yeah, why are you not in here, Dan?
because he's probably.
Dan is in veg mode. That's when we need you in here, so you just sit here and be quiet.
But you know he
Actually,
would.
Dan helped me out last week. I can't give Dan a hard time. I had a stream last week, and during the stream, Loyal jumped and popped in and said, "Oh, let's do a giveaway," and there was none planned. And
As
he
usual.
said, "Whoever we'll do a giveaway for the 3D Chameleon kit,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
The 4 extruder kit." And Dan, I saw Dan was on, and I know he's done the Google Apps stuff and his own stream, so he knows how it works. And I know how it works, but when you're in the middle of a stream, it's kind of hard to do it at the same time. So I asked him to jump in and help out, and he did graciously.
Oh yeah.
And I really have to thank him, and he did it. He really helped out.
Yeah, he was just hoping he'd win, that's all.
But he did put his name in. He had his own name. He was in for a chance, so he got the same chance as everybody else. But still, it was nice of him to help out. Thanks, Dan.
I
You
just
know-
realized some of my pulleys were not.
Everyone should print a Gary.
Fix it.
Why?
I don't know, because Gary's cool.
Did you print the eyes separate?
No, it's all a layer. The only thing I did screw up is the last layer on Geary himself. I switched to black too early. This is actually black. I used a Sharpie on it. I have a bronze metallic Sharpie, which is really close to the actual bronze color I was printing. So
Testing.
it's Sharpied.
That's working, Jerry.
He's testing.
Whoops! And that one just fell apart because I never glued it together. But there's 3 Gearys. There's an all-in-one Geary, and there's a MMU Geary, and then there's a print all the parts and glue them together Geary.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, tripod. We're expecting, since you won that, I'm expecting a setup video on how it's done.
Yeah, Bill put out a video last night on it. You see it, guys?
Your audio's a little low, Jerry. You should up the volume a little bit.
You can up the volume on your end, you know.
You can add it to any printer. Tripod, any printer at all.
Yeah, Bill did a video last night on it. You see it?
Yeah, he's got a whole pile of videos out there for all different printers. He's actually working on on doing it. He told us last week. He's actually going to be testing the multi extruder for the RSD as well.
Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, it was kind of funny to see you and no audio. And
Well,
you
I kept talking. You were talking. I thought you could hear me. My battery went dead, so I didn't charge it overnight, I guess.
yeah.
Really.
But yeah, when I'm live streaming, I keep gabbing. I don't really have much to say, so that's why I'm kind of quiet.
Did you read it when I said I have Yes, I did see the Saturn. I have the Saturn V. That's my Saturn V Lego right here, in the background behind me. So
I asked William a few weeks ago if he had a cat, because I would love to see a cat get up there and tip it over and go.
Right.
You know what would happen to that cat if I had a cat and it did that?
You'd be building for days, putting it back together.
No, the cat would be would be outside in the temperatures of 9 degrees like it is right now outside all night long, and then after that, when it's solid, it'd be used in the barbecue.
Barbecue kitty.
Just some of mine are 3D printed, some are not. So. What, Jerry? What did you smoke?
Nothing.
So this is the Saturn V. It's a Lego, so that's not 3D printed. The Falcon 9 is 3D printed. The SpaceX Starship is 3D printed. Millennium Falcon is done, and so is my Hubble and a few others. I 3D print most. but I bought the Saturn V, the Lego Saturn V.
How many 3D printed models do you have in your house?
Me?
Yes.
I've never counted them. I'm not like you, because I do more. I print something to be used.
Yeah.
I'm guessing 40 or 50 somewhere around the house.
Okay.
All used for different things. I've done SD card holders. I've done I do the stuff for like I do for the blind. I do my rockets. I do phone holders for people in the family. I printed parts for my lawnmower because something broke on my lawnmower. I made a part to go on for my lawnmower. I do a lot of practical prints like that, and they go straight to use in most cases. Or
Yeah.
I'm doing it like these stuff. I'll do them and make them for other people. Now, I'm actually thinking about maybe if vacuum forming would be a way to do these without having to 3D print them all the time. These hemispheres, I could actually probably vacuum form the shape and be done with it and do it once. So I have to look into that at some point. It might be an easy way of making them and just use these as my masters.
All right, I'm gonna go have dinner with the wife, and if the belts show up, I will be streaming probably Friday till I finish it on Sunday. There may be
Ah, you bastard.
I might fall asleep on stream, but there might be a nonstop stream.
You have a wonderful night, Justin.
Yeah.
Keep an
Have a
eye
good
out
one.
for the stream. If these belts come, oh man,
Make sure you post if you do a stream.
I will.
If you're not doing it, when you do it,
Two.
send it to me because I'll put it out on the Astroprinter page, so
Right.
other people will see it and come chime in and come join your stream as well.
That works.
No more bottles. So sick of bottles of gloop.
What the
I
heck
want
is on my screen?
We're tubes. Every single bottle of gloop I've ever bought, I've tipped over and spilled. Every one of them.
I don't use it. Yeah. The Falcon 9 is a free model. It's a Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy all in one. So if you print the extra boosters for the side, you can turn it into Falcon Heavy, which I'm going to do at some point. I just haven't got around to it. I'm just busy.
What company was that launched a rocket about a week ago where the tail came down and landed and the rest of it had parachutes on it and landed in the desert?
I think that was the Amazon.
That was New Glenn test, wasn't it?
Hey, tripod.
What's going on?
All right.
Here, you all glued together.
Of course, I leave and look who shows up.
Oh, I've been sitting in the waiting room for a little while.
I'm
good
sorry, I
job.
didn't see you.
Liam, freaking guy.
Geary.
You give me a hard time now?
Yes.
Okay.
Every day of the week. With
No,
my third hand.
I'll do a video on it
Hey,
for
Tripod, I found you
the
a right.
Chameleon.
Cool.
I just want a different printer to throw it on because I do have several printers, but
What do those
it
sell
would be like
for?
a special
For four-
project printer.
For 4 colors, what do they sell for? Like $200 to $300?
$200, I think it is.
I watched this video last
Yeah.
night they put out on. It had like 1 million parts.
Yeah.
And then I got to the end of the video. It's like, okay, do the firmware. It's like, well, that'll be in the next video.
Well, yeah, but there's not a lot to be done on the firmware. In all fairness, they do a lot in. It's already pre-built for you. You just tweak the distances for your printer. It's all about measuring the distance from point A to point B, and once you know those distances, you just type those into those spots, and they even have text in the G code saying modify this for this reason. They're really they've done a lot of work in the background for that.
Yeah, I just I'll probably get some other like cheap printer or something for that project because I have printers that are lined up for certain things.
I know,
like what
but
you have.
the nice thing about it is it doesn't modify. If you have a Bowden style printer, you don't have to modify your Bowden. This goes into where the Bowden tube goes in.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I've
above
seen
it.
Chris Riley build
Yeah.
one on stream before. He had a couple part series.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, tripod, your video in your driveway was real interesting. I was watching lunch one day and I watched every minute of it. I worked construction for like 35 years. I've done a lot of things and it was
That
very
vid-
interesting.
that
But was
video-
the soil underneath that asphalt, was it really mushy and soft or what?
Oh yeah, it was crap. And the thing is that video has been like skyrocketing lately. I mean, it is just.
Cool.
I mean, all of a sudden it's like at like 92,000 views.
Oh, wow.
It was dormant. It was hovering around like 5,000 or 10,000, and then in the last 3 weeks, it's just that's how many views it's gotten, or 2 weeks.
Some people liked it and they shared it. And it's
Oh
good.
yeah, and the
Good
thing
for you.
is I get a lot of trolls on it saying, "Oh, you're scammed. How dare you?" I'm like, no. Did you listen to my, anything that I said in it? Okay, I got marked up twice. This was the original contract. They have nothing in there saying that they're going to protects them, right? So it was 2,800, and then they went up to 3,400, and then they went up to 4,300.
Well,
So-
two things I'd like to think. First off, you should have asked more questions and what if this and what if that, and they should have said, well, if this happens and that happens, it'll be this much and that much. So
Yeah, I mean, just say, give at least a customer a worst case scenario.
Yeah. Or you could have said, you know what, I don't want that extra money spent. Put it down, leave it the way it is, and they would have done it.
But they already started digging it up, as you saw, before the
Yeah.
guy even came to me. So, and then it went up again. So,
Yeah, just find every possible angle on questions and throw it at them and get it in writing or something. I don't know.
yeah, I even pinned a comment on the very top too. It's in the description. It's in my, when I narrated it. It's in there, and I pinned a comment. So, and the closing statement, as you heard, hey, did I get a good deal? What are your thoughts on this? I thought it looked really good.
What was the original price? Like 2,300?
Yeah.
Well, the
yeah,
minute I seen all those guys, I figured, okay, first off, they're non-union, and there's no way it's 2,300. There's too many people standing around that are getting paid.
Yeah, I think that they could have done away with 2 or 3 of those people.
Yeah.
Easily. So, and then they didn't finish it one day. They came back, because those was actually a really peak season. It was really hard to get any contractors out to the house. I didn't put that in there, but I finally, the company delayed me for almost a month. So,
How thick is the asphalt?
it's the minimum code here is 3 inches.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of parking lots around town here in Vegas are like 4 inches, and I used to cut asphalt for a living for a couple companies, and there's some streets in town, in major parts of town, where it's like 16 inches thick, layer upon layer upon layer upon layer.
Yeah, I'll throw the link in here.
Yeah, put it into the private chat and I'll share it with everybody.
Yeah, it's real interesting to watch. Anybody watching, if you haven't seen his video, check it out. It's worth watching from beginning to end.
Yeah, it's
This is why I try and do most of the stuff when I can myself, because unless it's beyond outside of my abilities, I try and do as much as I can myself, because the only thing I've ever had someone come in to do for me, I had a water main leak and I had a guy come in and he gave me a price. He said, that's your worst case scenario price. And he said, as long as I don't have to do A, B, and C. And he told me up front, he said, if I don't have to do A, B, and C, he said, we'll go, it'll be much less. So let me just copy that link and I'm going to share it out to everybody.
When I bought this house 21 years ago, I had trouble with one of my toilets flushing. So I called them out. They pulled the toilet. They go, oh, there's a chunk of concrete down in the pipe. What do you think the idiot did to get it out? He took a piece of rebar and he knocked it down further. He goes, oh, don't worry, it'll pass. I said, no, it won't. It'll get stuck further on down the line.
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me. He goes, oh, well, if it does, just call us back. No. So
then I could pay you again to come screw it up again.
Yeah.
No, put it out.
Yeah.
Cut out the pipe, dump it, put a new.
Yeah, no, cutting the pipe out down there ain't so easy.
If I would have known he would have done that, I would have fished it out with something.
Oh, I got criticized.
I guarantee you, he's in slab. He's on the ground. Right?
Half the comments are, the trolls are like, "You're videotaping them. How dare you? How dare you sit in the lawn chair and just watch them?" And like, okay, this is my property.
You're interested in what's going on and you want to learn. There's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, when people do work, they don't like the homeowner watching them, but you want to learn. You should.
Yeah.
You're paying out a lot of money.
Yeah. If they do any damage, you better be there. Otherwise, they're not going to, most likely, you got probably a less than 50-50 shot that they're going to say, own up to it.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, it's, I think what actually caught the attention of the video is the drone footage. People don't see a driveway get put down like that,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, interesting. Props to you. Great video.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll eventually make enough money on YouTube, and that video will have been the cause that you'll get some money back out of it.
Yeah. Well, right now it's an operation loss, right? Because that driveway was $4,300, and I've earned. Let me see, how much have I earned on that?
Do they give you any kind of a guarantee with that work?
1 year. So,
Okay.
so if I go into YouTube right now, hold on, I can actually pull up how much that video is made.
Well, our requirement where I live in the sub where I have,
And I just got a notification from it just now. So
When we used to cut a lot of asphalt around town, we'd patch it, we'd go buy the hot asphalt, which looks like caramel candy, put it back on, run a whacker over top of it, and then spray it with diesel fuel, and then we're done.
well, the thing is what people were saying is that there was no binder that was put down. And this is educational for other people, So
yeah, no, I love it when you go around patching roads on the coldest, wettest day possible, and they take a shovel full of patch, stick it down there, and then let the cars drive over it rather than pack it down properly.
Well, cold patch you don't really pack in.
Yeah, but the thing is, you drive a few cars over that, they're going to pull it right out of the hole.
No, that's the whole point of cold patch.
It does.
It really does. It's
Right
more
out.
liquid
Their
than
backpack
regular.
gets a week later.
It doesn't last. No, cold patch is a temporary fix.
Yeah. Well, no, here in Michigan, it's temporarily permanent.
Yeah, so $412. So
Nice.
far,
That's not bad, actually.
no. I mean,
I could make anything. I got to find a way to get my freaking. I'm like hovering just under 500.
Yeah,
Probably
you need to have
actually do some videos again.
I'm at 2,050, I believe, right now.
So my least video is replacing brakes on my wife's car. 16 cents.
I got to get myself over that 1,000 freaking subscriptions so I can start making some money. Not that my videos do all that great, but
Yeah,
I'm too sporadic.
the Ender 5 Plus Ultimate upgrade. That one's a long video. That one took me a month to produce. That's $200. So it basically covered my operation and my install, the stuff I purchased.
Yeah.
So
We don't even cold patch here anymore.
I did cold patch on the driveway. That's how we survived one last year.
But
Because
that's
we're getting
different,
fines by the village.
It's different
So-
though. Your driveway only has one or two cars that goes up and down the driveway all the time. You do cold patch on the main road, it's not going to last.
Well, most of the time they have hot patches. They don't use the cold patch.
But
I
they
was
don't
going to bust your driveway when they backed over it with the dump truck. They were going to snap your sidewalk.
Well, they did put down the pads.
Yeah, but still,
in
the way
front
the
and back.
could have cracked it. If the ground is soft underneath, it could have popped it.
Yeah, it's they did. Someone mentioned, well, they did cut some of the concrete. They did some extra work. I said, yeah, I get it, but that's all part of the job.
Yeah.
I mean, it's but.
So anyway, good job.
Well, I appreciate it. I didn't. Yeah, I was wondering if anyone here has watched it, but it's
Yeah,
Where you first put it up.
It popped
this
up on recommended videos when I turned on YouTube. It's like, cool, let's watch this. And I didn't realize it was a year old, but yeah, I enjoyed it. So good.
this was done. Hold on. When was it produced?
You guys, any of you guys areas using the recycled concrete now for the highway patching? That's what they're doing
No.
here now. They're
Well, they
not,
crush
they're not putting cold patch down. They actually take recycled concrete from like when they tear up a house or something, mix oil with it or, pavement, whatever, asphalt and oil. And that's what they're putting down in the holes. And they're actually grinding it up and skidding the whole road with it.
Yeah, so this guy, last comment 5 minutes ago, dump truck, $80,000. New Holland, $55,000. Lee Boy, $100K. Cat Roller, $40K. You think insurance of all that equipment, liability insurance?
It's got nothing to do with it. He gave you an estimate.
No, it's nothing to do with it. It is the price increases twice. Okay, It's this normal business practice. Okay, that's the guy is totally not, either didn't watch it or didn't listen or both.
Well, he's a builder and he's trying to protect, because whatever. 4,300 is not bad.
And he's like,
for your driveway.
this
to get
isn't
done.
Jim, the fucking neighborhood handyman. I'm like, dude, you know what? I should just do a troll honorary video.
that would
Those
be
are-
funny.
Yeah,
If they were using wheelbarrows to roll the asphalt in up there like 20 or 30 times like concrete, then I'd be concerned. But yeah.
Yeah.
you had a regular old paver up there back then, and they were paving like they would a street.
Still, $4,300 to do his driveway, to completely tear it up, redo the bed, and put down a new layer is not terrible.
No.
But he should have quoted that in the first place.
Yeah, they should have said, if this happens, it'll probably be this or be that.
And that's the thing is that they didn't have that. They didn't have it in the contract, so I had a discussion with the owner. I was getting actually ready to do a live stream. He comes up right to the garage is open, and he walks right into the garage with one of the foremen. I'm like, hello, And so I just want to talk to you about the price. He's like, I'm barely making any money. I said, I get it. And from what you're saying, I get it. I see how much work is involved, but there's nothing in this contract to protect you from a litigation from me. Nothing. You have nothing in there saying if you find something more, it could be upcharges. So
yeah.
And the thing is, was the process done right? I say this throughout the whole video. Is this people that listen, the comments are right. People that don't, I get that type of comment. So,
and as far as you're on Nareesh's channel earlier, as far as for resin, I would, because of you're having one leg gone and you don't want to hop around, I just build a lowered long table and roll around. That way you have access to everything. Just build a lower table and just use your chair. That way you don't have to worry about standing up.
Well, I mean, the guy was like, "Oh, you're sitting in the lawn chair, just criticizing." I'm like, "No, okay." Do you comment on all people that are building a house or something? And you know how many videos are out there like that?
Yeah.
Well, half of the YouTube videos are like this.
Every time I do a live stream or a video, I get at least one thumbs down, if not two. And I'm like, I asked my wife, it's like, I did a good video. Why did I get a thumbs down?
This has a shit ton of thumbs down.
Just do it as trolls. They don't even watch it. They just go, "Oh, I don't like the looks of this guy. I'm going to give him a thumbs down."
He's old and looks like
guys, while you're talking about thumbs, guys out there, those who are watching, thumbs up, like, subscribe. Come on, guys.
And if you're in Australia, it's thumbs down.
Thumbs up, please.
Well, at least you don't have any thumbs downs yet. So
this
one has 80.
You're going to jinx it now, right? You're going to jinx it.
Well, I said that one day on my live stream, and then it's like, dude,
see what you're after doing? I knew you. Where's the feedback coming from?
YouTube on.
Does somebody have YouTube on? One of you?
Yeah, I just screwed up.
I
was giving you a thumbs up
again.
I forgot I put it on.
It's always Lama's fault.
Yeah, so
it's Lama's fault.
I had my head smashed in a few times. At least I have an excuse. What's yours?
I don't need one.
Yeah, so right now, if I go to my analytics on that video, there's 248 people watching it right now.
Wow.
Do you always wear shoes in your house, or are you ever barefoot? Tripod.
Who, me?
Yeah, because I got a dumb question.
I only wear a shoe when I'm in the garage because the garage is cold. Otherwise, in the house, I'll wear just a sock. So.
Okay. The reason I say that is whenever I take my shoes off and I go barefoot or socks, it's like everything jumps out at me and I stub my toe a lot. And I'm thinking, if you stub your toe, you're going to have a problem.
Oh, okay, so when I stub my toe on my own crutch, I'm like, how the hell did that happen? So, yeah. Anyway.
No matter what, whatever is going to happen is going to happen, right? You're going to stub your toe. That's why we have them, so we can stub them. That's the only reason why toes exist.
Yeah, Renee, I would never dare walk in anyone's garage in the U.S.
If you're in there, they want to talk to you. If you're in there,
the U.S. isn't like that with guns. With people that own guns, I'm a FOID firearm card and a conceal and carry, and most of the time, people don't even. Anyone that owns a gun legally typically is not that way here in the U.S. So
it's not like they're not like that in most countries because those who legally hold understand the responsibilities involved, right? So it's not like that. People have this gunslinger point of view of the way gun owners are, and yes, there are a few people like that, but 99% of them are not like that. So
he's in the accountant.
You're printing a bank.
I had a lot of people bust on that movie. I actually liked that movie.
What movie?
Yep. The Accountant. With Ben Affleck.
The Accountant? I liked it. I thought it was
Yeah,
good.
it was a good movie. I had a bunch of my friends go, "Oh, that was a terrible movie. That was just terrible."
No, I actually.
For one, he did the acting really well. You know, I know a few people that are mildly, whatever you call that. What the hell was that? I want to say dyslexic. It's not with that. Whatever he had.
OCD.
No, he was a. What do you call him? I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, I know a couple people with autism. Yep.
Chris.
I shouldn't have done that. I apologize if anybody's autistic watching.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, yeah. Hey, Chris. The old saying is my gun hasn't gone out and killed anyone. It's still in the safe. So.
Yeah, is the key word. Yeah.
I'm going to disappear. I'm going to check, see how my printer's doing, because I saw tripods one, so give me a second.
Well, this one failed on the top of the bridge. So
I want a Gatling gun. That's the kind of gun I want. I don't care about guns otherwise.
The old one. Yeah, I was watching Pawn Stars, and they bought, or they didn't buy it, but it was an old one from, Civil War type Gatling gun.
Yeah. I so want one of them belt-fed ones that just sits there and you crank it.
Did he have
for nothing else? And you just go to the range and just go. I just think that would be a blast. I have no interest in guns. I mean, I don't have a problem with people having them. I just, whatever. It's a gun. I don't need one. I don't plan on shooting anything, so I don't need one.
I'm printing the Matter Hacker Phil, the astronaut, the two color astronaut.
Sniper rifles and Gatling guns, I think, are really cool.
Yeah, the manual crank ones.
You haven't done it, Bernie?
Well, any of them are cool, but the manual crank ones.
Well, I mean, every time I think about Gatling gun, I think of the first Predator.
Yeah. That's exactly what Yep. That's literally where the first time I ever saw one, like, in a movie like that I can remember. I guess there was a couple because didn't the Germans use them in World War I or whatever?
They didn't use a Gatling gun, I don't think. Wasn't the Gatling used in the 50s and 60s here in the States? That's where it becomes.
I have no idea. There was Gatling guns in the Civil War.
Two were issued cocaine, so it would really hype them up. They'd go, 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 and not want to stop and get tired. True story.
I don't know. I just think they're cool.
Let me see what.
I think sniper rifles are looking cool too. I just like the idea of hitting something across the valley.
Well, I was like when I started, like I'm ex-military way back in my past, and like I was ex-Navy, right? But I trained. The first weapon I ever learned to use was Lee Enfield 303 sniper's rifle. That's what we train on as a basic, and we do other stuff too. But the basic rifle stuff is the Lee Enfield 303. That thing will take the head off a pin at 1.5 miles away.
How old are you, Liam?
I'm 50 years old.
Oh, you are? So that was a minigun, not a Gatling gun.
I'd say early 40s.
Well, isn't it?
Oh, no.
Well, I mean,
an actual Gatling gun? A minigun is a Gatling gun, isn't it?
Let me show you.
I mean, I'm sorry. I would, I'm not.
I don't know enough about them to say.
I just have a Smith & Wesson SD9. So that's the only thing I have. So
it's a multi-barreled gun that spins around. And really fast.
and it wastes ammo like in 100 rounds in like a second.
A Gatling gun is classed as 3 or more barrels, I thought, with a rotary. The original was hand cranked, but a minigun is a Gatling gun, from what I understand. I could be wrong. I know nothing about guns, so I could totally, but that's how I understood it. So, yes, the original Gatling gun was hand cranked, but a minigun is a Gatling gun.
A chain gun is what I think they have on the Warthogs on the front of it.
Yeah.
Dual color. Is that yours that you're running?
That's the JG Maker Artist D. And it's the MakerBot and the Matter Hackers Phil astronaut,
It's a little burning.
So I'm using white and gold, this shiny gold and white PLA from G-Tech, and that's the quality of print I'm getting out of it.
That's gyroid infill?
I'd have to. It's not normal Joyride. It's using Idea Maker, and they have their own infill pattern, some additional unique infill patterns.
Okay.
But it's looking really clean.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's Idea Maker. Now I couldn't get it that good with Cura, but Idea Maker, it's doing a really good job.
It says the minigun is not a Gatling gun. It was not produced under the 1869 to 1893 patents of the original Gatling gun. While using the basic design concept of the Gatling gun, the minigun does not incorporate any of the Gatling gun's original components, and its feed mechanisms are entirely different. So it's not a Gatling gun, but it is a Gatling gun. It's a multi-barrel freaking monstrosity that just shoots lead freaking randomly out.
Are these Montec clones any good?
Montec extruder, nice.
It's a clone.
Montec.
Are they okay?
Yeah.
Dual gear.
So that's failing you.
It has not got no roof. It came out pretty good though until something happened with
So
the
that's
bridging.
the upgraded version with the sunroof. Nice.
Yeah, yeah. Look how it's like.
Put a little
I mean,
Bernie in there and reprint it. Make a little tiny Bernie stick in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
good.
You did with Moses. I took his picture and I put Bernie in the background, and you cut his head off and put Bernie on.
Oh,
face.
that was so that was yours?
Yeah, I put him in the background, and I guess you took his face and put Bernie on.
Yeah.
The face.
Oh, yeah. I have done quite a few Bernies.
I said, "LOL, you cut his head off."
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we done with Bernie's yet? Nope.
No.
Resin printer slicing Creality live. No
Guy on my
thank you.
Facebook page goes, "Man, I'm getting sick of seeing these Bernies. Now there's a Bernie Yoda." And I said, "Well, you're part of it. You just reposted this, so that's why."
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So I grabbed your picture, and then I did it all on my phone. So
Cool.
like
Yeah, I Googled it, and Sticker Mule, you can go there, and they got an app program to cut out pictures. So I just cut it out, saved it, and went to 3D window.
There's enough people that have already trimmed it out and posted it up. As
yes. So like I was at work, so I did this. I took a picture, and then I put Bernie in the back seat. So I could do this in about 30 seconds, and you can see that he's fully cropped behind there. I use this app for my basically for my thumbnails.
Android
so,
or
for my YouTube thumbnails. So,
Android or iPhone?
iPhone, but it's Bazart. I'm sure it's on both. But
I think that's actually both, ain't it?
How's it spelled?
Bazart.
I'll check into it. All right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So Renee, you're talking about
What's up, Marcel?
So it should look good when it's done.
Yeah. So. Good. That's all my YouTube thumbnails I created on there. So.
Okay.
Oh, just before Renee, Renee was talking about the printing a minute ago. If you go with Idea Maker, use the let me see what's it called. Make a clone copy in Idea Maker of the Raise 3D E2, and just change the parameters on the printer to match your new one. To match.
Renee, let me get that question for you. That is 0.1 for that. Benchy.
Well, yeah, yes, Renee. This is a Hangout, so we talk about everything. If you 20% off here, let me bring you up, Jerry.
MicroSwiss, 20% off your order.
Oh, nice.
Bird 2020 is a code. I got this in the Alien 3D box from Josh. Ordered all the goodies, and I got the stickers. So MicroSwiss 20% off if you enter Birth 2020 in checkout.
Cool.
And if you want to order from
MicroSwiss,
if you want 15% off from Ziltech at checkout, enter 3DHP. My last three letters you see on screen, you'll get 15% off your total order. Your total order, except for special.
Yeah. So Renee, I do almost all my prints really fine. You know, this is a 0.1, so I just like a lot of detail. I'm not, even if it's a really big model, I'll wait 3 or 4 days for it to complete. The most I will do, I mean, the least I will do is I've done. I would say, yeah, I've done 0.2 is the lowest quality I've ever done.
I've
Talk
done
about fire. Look at this guy below me. He's white as a ghost.
That's the.
Okay.
I'm all pink, getting snow burn today in the sun.
Yeah, it's then I got all the lighting behind me, but yeah, it's I'm just wondering if this is going to fail. I mean, when I hit the bridging, I was not pleased with how it curves up like that. So I just heard it knock right off. I knew exactly what it. When I was doing my Ender 5 Plus upgrades, it took me a while to fix that issue. So
Printing too fast or not enough cooling.
yeah.
our Z-Hop.
No, I don't use Z-Hop, so.
You don't need Z-Hop if your printer is functioning correctly.
Yeah. I mean, if I have a lot of stringing or something, for like, depending on the filament, then I'll enable it just because I don't want to deal with it. So.
That spiral vase that Geeky Faye did that twisted when it went up and had all those little pencils sticking out.
Yeah.
So I had Z-Hop on that and it came out perfect. And I've never used Z-Hop in last.
Are you talking about Neri's stream that was earlier today?
No.
Yeah, Neri not Neri's stream. He did a stream on the Ender or the CR6 SE, and it had a couple in November, and it had all the dimples in it. So.
Yeah, I was on Neri's stream. I popped in and out on there. I seen you were on there earlier.
If you set your attractions right, everything, you shouldn't ever need Z-Hop.
Yeah.
Z-Hop is a.
Yeah,
Let me rephrase that. You shouldn't need Z-Hop with PLA or PETG. If you're printing ABS, you're going to need Z-Hop.
Yeah, so Jerry, this is
when you're doing colored, Z-Hop can be very good because when you're printing one color that's in by another, you want it to leave and actually get out of the way, not pass near the other part. So you want that hop when it's getting out there. If you don't have that Z-Hop, you're actually going to be dragging the one color into the next.
Yeah, I can see that.
Go ahead, try.
If you have your printer set right, it won't drag a line through it.
Well, when you're changing from one head to the next, it does happen.
It's supposed to retract it up and out of the way, and that oozes bad.
There you go, Jerry. That one took me the longest.
Nice.
So that one took me about 30 minutes to complete.
I use TubeBuddy. I pay like $6 a month for TubeBuddy, and I just go into YouTube and I edit any video and put it together that way. But I'll check that out. Is that the same program?
Yeah, same program.
That's hard. Okay.
Now this one is probably the best benchy ever done. This is PETG carbon fiber.
Yeah, I print mostly with PETG and I get perfect prints out of it.
I mean, it's just
big.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me drag you up there.
Oh, because I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, actually, let me switch the camera. Hold on. Let me use this.
Nice.
So, off axis, that is not my big rocket. The Saturn V is not 3D printed. It's the Lego model. This one over here, which is the Falcon 9, is 3D printed.
He bought it from his son for Christmas and then took it away and decided he wanted it.
No, it was bought for me for Christmas.
Okay. It's
nice.
nice.
Really good.
That's pretty good. Hey, I'm gonna go because I can't stop yelling and I had to go to bed.
All right. I won't be here for much longer anyway because I'm up at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah. The problem is I'm gonna get in bed and start watching TV and it'll be like 2 o'clock in the morning before I actually get to sleep. But that's life.
You have a great night. Thank you for the advice, Llama. Take care.
So right now, it's waiting for the Pro version of the Artist D, which they're building right now. They're manufacturing it today, as we speak.
Wow, how can I test one?
You need to talk with Bill.
Yeah. I've attempted to. I'll try again. I'll mention it to him.
Yeah, if that filament wasn't so expensive, I would be printing with it all the time. So, but I got specifically for, for like the camera was on there, the off-road machines that we have, something that can handle the elements a little bit better, than, in high temperature. But yeah, when I did that video on my Ender 5 Plus, when I replaced it with the all metal hot end, I was not expecting this type of quality of a print.
What did you use? What all metal hot end did you use?
I use Micro Swiss.
Yeah, I replaced all my the Corelli machines, that MK8 style hot end with the Micro Swiss, and they're fantastic. And I also use Capricorn XS tubing.
Yep, I have the Capricorn tubing, and I have now the Micro Swiss Direct Drive. That was actually one of my first sponsored videos. Was they sent it to me?
I got stock Corelli on everything.
What's that?
I got stock Corelli hot ends on everything, and with brass nozzles.
Yeah.
Well, I have metal nozzles for my PETG machine because I print a lot. I printed hell of a lot with my
later, Travis.
But I've changed, and like I've only got two Corelli machines, two Corelli FDMs, and they have the Micro Swiss on them because I wanted to get my retractions down. Now I've never gone direct drive because it's 2020 extrusion on the 5 Plus, and with the 2020 extrusion. 1 second, Jerry.
Yeah, my friend gave me a bunch of parts from. It's probably a clone, but he gave me.
Yeah, that's like my.
Just open the top, and you'll know if it's a clone or not. And you'll see the top, because it's very specific what it looks like for the top. Yeah, that's a clone. I can tell right away it's a clone,
Okay.
Because the Micro Swiss it's flush almost for the
Yeah.
So this is exactly like a Corelli. It's all silver and not red, right?
No, they're silver. Yeah, the red ones is the stock one.
I know. So it's just a clone of it.
It's a clone of it. Yeah. See, that's what it looks like. Yeah. Actually, that's the bottom of it.
Oh, it's tapered.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. See, it's no. It's the top of it is flush. You only have is a little grommet you pull up, and you have a clip to hold it in place for the.
Yeah.
And on the bottom, it's not attached like that. The bottom is actually screwed into your heater block and then pushed in and held in with a grub screw into the heat exchanger.
Yeah, these what do you call them? I'll think of it in a minute. Keep talking.
So the reason why I never went direct drive on my with the Micro Swiss direct drive is because on 2020 extrusion you can get a lot of ringing.
Yeah, so you cannot print fast. So the most I've done, because you're putting this heavy ass stepper motor on there.
That's it. Yeah.
So okay, and people are like, "Why would you do that?" I said, "For flexibles." Okay, so I made this printer. I'm not I almost never print above 70. Period. It's slow and go, man.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm going to keep you up there. You're going to entertain everybody.
Yeah. So when of course, someone was like, "Oh, all that weight," and said, "Yeah, you got that kinetic energy." I said, "I don't print fast, so it's my upgrades don't mean that you have to do it. It's an option for you. Okay, I'm showing you what you can do with your printer." So yeah. So
and Renee, yes, it's dual direct drive IDEX printer, and they're mounted on a linear rail. So there is no room for flexure on them because they're on a linear rail. There's no wheels. There's no real wheels in there. They run on a linear rail.
Hey, John, are you on Facebook?
Yep.
Are we friends on Facebook? I don't know.
Yeah, just shoot me a message on Tripod's Garage on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, regarding direct drive, I like Bowden. I like direct drive. I've used both. Direct drive is great if you want to do flexibles, like TPU. The Bowden can do everything else the direct drive does. The only bonus of a Bowden style printer over a direct drive printer is the main bonus is two less retractions needed is the one main one. And so your retraction is only maybe 1 or 2 millimeters, and on the Bowden tube it's about 5, 6, 7 millimeters. And on top of that, but the Bowden style printer, because the head is so light, you get less ringing, so you can print faster.
Yeah, it's yeah, go ahead, Renee. Just so shoot me a DM, and then I'll give you my on Tripods Garage on Facebook, and then I'll give you my personal one. So I don't do much of that because it's everyone has their certain views and things. So
That's why I don't discuss politics online.
yep. So it's I'm very careful with who I friend and I don't friend. So yeah, exactly what Jerry said. There's certain things you don't. There's 3 or 4 topics I just do not discuss. So in the community. So
yeah, well, we're the same here. We avoid politics. We avoid all those because all they do is cause trouble.
What politics? There you go. Perfect. So
yeah, on my streams I say I never do, and then occasionally I mention something which I shouldn't.
Well, yeah, it'll come up like healthcare or something.
Yeah.
It's personal. Yeah, and sometimes you can't avoid it. So like we ended a stream, and then it was myself and a bunch of us were off camera at when the stream ended. We all talked. It was no one got into each other. It was just, and that's the one thing I liked about it. Everyone just voiced their opinions, and that's what's good sometimes.
Well, everybody,
that's what it should be.
Period. That's just it. We're all Americans. So this,
I'm not.
You live here, you're an American.
I'm not an American.
Yeah. So I mean, my channel all of a sudden is became like a 3D printing channel, and I'm not like that. It's like mine is about a handicapped guy trying to inspire people. So, and it's like, all right, I see you there, Jerry. Let's see, and Renee. So we just got them all there. Oh, we're on camera. So,
but it's with that, as I said, that's why we avoid certain topics, because all they do is muddy the waters, and we're here to talk about what we do, about making our prints better, about doing other maker stuff, about the projects we're working on, because that's interesting stuff. That's why we're here. That's why we do these hangouts. We're not here to talk about religion or politics because all you're going to do is get into trouble going down that route.
Oh yeah.
So we keep it on. We can stray off topic, but there's a hard stop at those topics.
Oh yeah,
we try to avoid using swear words, but now and again some slip in. But it happens. We're adults, but we still, because even though it's not meant for kids, the content is still primarily, it could be anyone can watch it, and we try and keep it that way.
Well, so like I was saying, I'm not a 3D printing channel, but a lot of my content has gone that way because like I was woken up at 6 o'clock this morning from another manufacturer reaching out to me, which is great. I'm not going to turn down free content.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone's going to send it out, but they, you had to. I was telling someone last night on the stream, I'm like, there's a difference between it being a partner and buying something and doing a review that way, right? I'm reviewing as a customer. If I have a bad experience, that's different. But when you're working with a manufacturer and they give you something, with one manufacturer, they pre-screen my videos. If they don't like it, I just get the product or service for free, and then they'll send me something else. It's their discretion. So
yeah, I'm the same. I'm going to be honest about whatever. If I'm doing a review or an unboxing or whatever, if you're not going to be honest and with your review with the people who are watching, then what's the point of being there?
Yeah,
because you're not there. You're not a marketing person. You're not being paid to market anything. I have a couple of test machines on their way, and so I do more beta stuff than anything else. So I get it before it's even known to be a product, in some cases. And when I do it at that level, it's more me telling the manufacturer, "Here's the problems. This is what you need to fix. You need to change this. It's not going to work the way it is right now." But if it's a production machine, then it's going to be a review, and it's going to be an honest review because people will make their buying decisions based on what I say.
Well, it's usually the recommendation like, hey, can you do another shot of this part, which we really spent time on developing, or so
that's fair enough.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. it's like, because I have now with my reviews, I kind of have my own way of doing like my shots now. I'm trying to define them to, and unfortunately all these hard cuts eat a lot of time, so, but
Yes.
easily I could, you know,
That's why I
dissect it
like
out.
doing the live unboxing, because it's a 3 hour raw,
Yeah.
whatever. And I'm
But-
going to be putting it together anyway. Some people might as well join in and watch and ask questions as I go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So absolutely love the unboxing. Yeah, I mean, I did an unboxing of the G-Tech. It did not go well, and that's I give the manufacturer an option. I said, hey, if you want it out right away, I have to do an unboxing,
yeah.
and you need to understand that problems could arise from that.
Yeah,
So.
that's why I like doing the raw, right? I'll do a review afterwards, but when I get a couple of nice one, because I need to fine tune my settings, and it looks like Idea Maker is what I'm going to use going forward on this printer, because Idea Maker was built for IDEX machines. You're not making it work in Cura. It was designed for it, and it's like I've done some printing with Cura, and some of them are really good, but it's not this one print, the Matter Hacker fill that I'm printing right now. The quality is fantastic. So now that I know what's working really well, that's it. I'm sticking with Idea Maker for that machine. Everything else sliced for that machine in future will be Idea Maker.
No, so put it this way. I have a video out there, and a manufacturer wants me to take it down.
I've had one of those, and it was a pre-built machine. I created a video and I sent it to them saying, "Look, this is what I found," and they asked me to edit it out of the video, and I said, "I'll give you two choices. I'll either leave it in, or I'll pull the whole video, but I'm not taking out content because it shows something that I found wrong."
Well, I gave him an option. I said, either you can become a partner and work with me to correct what's
I
on
tried that; they wouldn't listen.
And first it was hard, this is all on DMs, okay? So I have all this from them.
Yeah, so do I.
This is really bad. You're asking me to change the perception of something there's stuff that's wrong, okay?
Yeah.
So, they offered me a replacement and stuff. I said, no, that doesn't fix the problem. So
I found a problem of a vat melting on a resin printer. The vat melted with resin, and I told them it had to be. And it was a Kickstarter that never became. They actually stopped it, and they're going to re-release later on in the year. So they're going to revamp some stuff on it. But I found issues with it. I told them what I found. I had video of it. They try to convince me it was just extra resin. I said, no, the resin is black, the vat is blue. There's no way it's extra resin. I even showed them it melting it, and I even showed the sides of it melting off.
Yeah,
and
so I sent them three. Yeah, I sent them 3 emails, and I said, you got until the end of this week, and if you don't respond and help correct and do the right thing, I'm just going to release all your DMs. Because I don't care. I don't need you as a sponsor. I don't care about any of that stuff. Most of my stuff is self-funded. It's great that
all of mine is,
yeah. I mean, well, as your channel grows, your outreach grows, and they want to be part of it. I wasn't expecting people to reach out to me. I'm not. And it's great that they are.
What I found is
tripod.
Yeah.
Is there a dog and a little girl for your banner?
Yep.
Okay.
What I found is that I was asked to help out with 1 or 2 Kickstarters to get involved with them, and I agreed. Not to actually put my name on it or anything in any way, right? I don't have the boobs to put in the box, so I'm not like Naomi. So, so I was asked to help out.
Oh, don't even get me started on Naomi.
Yeah. So, but
my other account's blocked on hers. Put it that way.
Sorry.
So my other account's blocked on Naomi's channel.
Oh.
Because I had questions, just questions, not trolling, just questions. And then that's how you know when you're blocked or something is when you go on in with your other account and they're gone. So, hey, you know what? I'm sorry if you can't technical questions. If you can't, just say, I don't know. Don't just get rid of it and show all positive stuff.
Actually, not all like people when you start out doing reviews, you don't do a review on a and we all start out with our own printers that we buy, right? When you don't, and it's not about, you must remember they're not free printers. The amount of work it goes into creating
videos and editing and taping and putting them together. Yeah, figure that up by the hour, and you could have bought 3 or 4 printers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's where Renee is saying, yeah, 100% raw. I do like that, and it gives you, like the Creality CR6 SE. I did that one. I have 3 printers in here that I didn't pay for. But time is money. So it takes me, I work 70 plus hours a week with 2 jobs, and then I do this part-time. So I'm taking away my time into the family time to do this. So yeah, the live streams are easier because it's just done, right? But there is inherent problems where I get the okay from the manufacturer, hey, if you want it out right away, I can do a live stream. If not, if you want it professionally done, I'll do this, or I will do another follow-up video.
Yeah, well, I like the idea. I like the live stream first of all, because it shows what the end user.
Mm-hmm. It's an honest user experience.
Yes, and I had to tweak the leveling and so on, and I did it there and then because the first print it came out okay. The second print, when the color print, the offsets were wrong. So I said, I'll tell you what, I'll cut the stream. I'll do my calibration of the offsets because there's a video out there on how to do it. I'll go do it, follow their video, get my calibration done, which I did. I'm off stream myself, and I'm printing now with the calibration right, and it's printing fine. But you have to learn and follow those, and then I will do a review afterward and say I did A, B, C, and D. This is what I did. I tried it with A. I tried this. Here's the ones that worked. Here's the one that came out a mess.
Oh, and with Renee, I watched Chris Kersey's Ender 5 Plus unboxing, whole thing. When he did it live, he did it on live stream. I watched that twice. There was only 2 videos out that was my first 3D printer, was in October of 2019, was the Ender 5 Plus. There was only 2 videos out, Chris Kersey's and Naomi. And Naomi's was not that great.
Now, Chris is a good job.
Chris sold me on that printer. Naomi didn't. She actually trashed Creality in that video, but she also built the printer wrong. So
I had a 5 Plus, and I love it.
Yeah, I was the first person to bring out the power supply issue, and then I got trashed about it through all the Facebook forums groups because before it wasn't shipping with the Meanwell. I was the first YouTube person to bring out the problem with the stock, the Qingling power supply wasn't powerful enough for it. Burnt out. So I actually have it.
Yeah, mine has been fantastic. I do a lot of PETG prints, and I do it on that.
I had a Meanwell go out on me a few weeks ago, and I've never had a Meanwell power supply die. On one of my CR10s, it was taking forever to heat up the bed. The screen was acting crazy, so I bought a new MOSFET thinking it was a MOSFET. It kept happening, so I switched out the power supply, and it worked perfect.
Yeah, that's capacitors, isn't it?
No, those thermistors burnt out.
Oh, okay.
2 of them.
But I kept the Meanwell. Someday I'll take it apart and look at it. Maybe I can fix it.
Yeah, I think that was my 4th video was the Meanwell power supply dying.
I will say one thing.
Not the Meanwell, but the Qingling dying.
Rene, you're getting an IDEX printer as your first printer. Don't expect it to go perfect from out of the box. There is a learning curve. Anyone who's used
something in here, it's junk, honey.
So
the Qingling fell.
So anyone who's used to a single extruder printer, leveling and all this kind of stuff is not that hard. You pick it up pretty fast. When you're dealing with 2 independent print heads, you have a learning curve involved in getting it right. And this printer, because it's IDEX, is going to be even more complex. So ensure you take time, watch lots of videos, Go over the assembly one that you saw in the live stream of the assembly one. Go through that. Watch their calibration. Watch their leveling videos. Do not take the heads off like some idiots did on day one. They started adjusting these screws to adjust the head. Don't go near it. Okay? Don't go down those roads.
Be careful what you read on Facebook because you get 100,000 answers. Learn the printer and just stick with it for quite a while.
So, like right now, I think I have a level bed issue right here. So, because it's my second benchy. See, I do everything fine print because it's the slowest movements. It's the most accurate movements, right? So, this is why my reviews take a long time. Because the manufacturer reached out to me this morning. They said, "How long for a video?" I said, "A week to 2 weeks, depending on your machine." Because I will go through how did I fix this issue. So because I show my failures,
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, not everything is rockets. I mean, this is an ANET ET5. That's my next review. So you got the insider on this. So, and this is my second benchy failure. So, I mean, the lines are great, but also I'm getting some ghosting on it.
It took me 3 years to print a benchy. I went like 3 years until I finally did one.
Yeah, I was the same.
I mean, actually, the best benchy stock that came out without anything was the CR6 SE.
Yeah, I don't do benches as a benchmark.
What I think I should do, we all should do, is every time you get a new color, print a benchy, and after about 6 months, you can make a necklace to wear on the stream.
Oh, I mean,
he can already do that.
Yeah, I was like, the calibration cube came out really nice, but it's got some ghosting.
Yeah, but ghosting is going to be down to belts or speed or stuff like that, right? They're going to be.
Looks good.
Yeah,
you can see it next to the Y.
But it's very little
right there.
Yeah, it's very little.
Yeah. So, and that's why I'm gonna check the belts.
Let's just tighten up a belt or slow down the speed of your printing or whatever.
Well, I do 60, so it's plenty slow now. So
yeah, I have an Elegoo Mars resin printer I've had for about 2 years now. I've done hundreds of prints on it, and I've only had about 2 failures. On my recent video with the Frozen Sonic Mighty 4K that I put out, I had failure after failure in that video, and it's like, what the hell is going on? I mean, I'm not an idiot. I've done all these great prints on the Elegoo Mars, but things are so much different on the larger mid-sized printer. And after the video, Frozen made a comment on Facebook and on my video that you need to go read these settings and do this and do that and calibrate this and that. The Cheetah Box setting that they have in Cheetah Box for that printer out of the box should work fine default. I should be able to put a model in it and I should be able to slice it with no problem. I shouldn't have to go in and tweak a lot of settings. That's why they have that profile for Cheetah Box, which I told them that. So,
Tripod, do me a favor. Get down 2 of your benchies.
2?
2 of them.
All right.
Well, you want to trade?
No. Bring them up. Put them up on screen. Go
Which ones? Hold on.
Okay, 2 of them, one upside down and go bow to stern. They clip together.
Oh, do they?
Flip it around, bow to stern, yeah?
On the top.
No.
Smokestacks.
Upside down.
Okay. The bow is the front.
The chimney goes into the square on the back of the other one.
Oh, it does. So.
No, it's the square.
Yeah. If they're the same model.
Yeah.
If they're the same model, they will go. They'll yeah. So you can actually clip benches together.
No, I never knew that. No.
If you print 2 benches and they clip together, your dimensional accuracy is pretty decent.
I never knew that.
He probably seen that on Chris Riley.
Who's Chris Riley?
Okay.
Who's Chris Riley?
You're not subscribed to Chris Riley? Are you?
What's the name of his channel?
Chris Riley.
Oh, here.
Basement.
So right now it's auto leveling.
No, I'm not subscribed to his channel. No.
So right now it's got a sensor and it's doing what is it? How many points is this? 16 points of leveling. It takes 6 minutes to level this printer. So, and right now the first probe was perfect. The second one is 0.2. So it says it on the display of. Let me turn on the brightness more.
Yeah, but they were designed to clip together that way. So if you print two of them, and actually on the IDEX, if you do them in copy mode, Renee, so you have two benches in copy mode. When they're printed, if you flip them over and clip them together, your dimensional accuracy is pretty decent if they come together, if they clip together. It will well there's only. The only difference is on the Pro. The Pro has a touch screen and a few other niceties, but they're basically the same machine. And the Pro has the Meanwhile power supply.
Yeah, it's same with this like ANET here. Yeah, a lot of the Pros will offer a better power supply. So Renee, when you get one, I would suggest that you go. I would always go for the better power supply, just out of experience.
Well, I wanted to go to
I got to get taken off. Tripod, Liam, take care.
Later, Jerry.
Take care.
Everybody in chat, take care. I'll see you later.
Yeah, we'll be wrapping up any moment as well because I have to get to bed. Take care, Jerry. Thank you for joining. So yeah, so I have to check out Chris's site. I may have come across it, but I didn't recognize the name.
Okay, so auto leveling is your bed will have imperfections in it, right? So typically you have what's called a manual level that you adjust your four corners of the bed with the spring tension underneath. The auto leveling will probe in a grid, a mesh on the bed, and it will account for any inaccuracies. So it will throw it in the code. This is a low spot. This is a high spot, and it'll the more probes, the more accurate your bed mesh will be.
Now, there's two things you need to learn about that, though. First of all, it's actually not auto leveling. It's actually really doing a bed meshing. They call it ABL, but it's not really auto bed leveling. It's actually building a mesh. And secondly, there's a setting in your slicer, what is called the fade setting. It varies from slicer to slicer.
Yeah, I had this. I did a fade on mine when I did my ultimate upgrade.
Yeah. So what the fade does is the fade when you do your deviations by doing the ABL. You build your mesh, and then when it has that mesh, the bed is going to be slightly warped. I'm over exaggerating, but there's going to be slight variations. What the fade option does in your slicer is you set the number of layers, and by each layer as it goes up, it diminishes that change little by little to a point that when it reaches, let's say, layer 5 or layer 6, or maybe even layer 10, depending on how you set it, it is now printing perfectly straight. So it's no longer adjusting Z, because what it does is when the bed is shaped like this, as the printer prints, it's moving the print head up and down to adjust for the curvature. And your Z screws are really busy, your Z steppers. And by doing a fade, by the time you reach a certain point, you eliminate that. So now your Z just moves up and then holds position, then moves up again, and then holds the position for the next layer. It's not constantly adjusting anymore, and actually gives you better life out of your Z stepper motors. Because it does play into your stepper motor. It can burn them out over time. So make sure you set that if you're using ABL.
Yeah. So a lot more accurate description, because it's that the steppers are moving up and down. It's adjusting to the height of the inaccuracies of your bed.
Yeah.
So
they're busy, and you need to work that out of it. So by the time it reaches a certain level, it's actually no longer doing that. It's just doing it level up, print that level, level up, print that level, not constantly adjusting and printing it like this. Because if you don't want that happening on your print. You want to eliminate that after 5, maybe 5 or 6 layers, maximum 10.
Like right here, it's not focusing that well, but yeah, I mean this anything 0.5 or lower is pretty good, and I've got 0.2, 0.20, 0.1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.2, and 0.1. So.
Yeah. I think it's called. I can't remember what it's called in Cura. It's called Fade something, isn't it?
I don't know.
I can't remember what it's called, but there is a setting in there, and that setting actually eliminates over multiple layers. It takes that out of there.
Yeah, so I did like when my printer goes, I have a fade height of 0.2. I think I adjusted for. I
Well,
can't
that's not
remember.
much.
Yeah, so yeah, I had some complaints about it, about having it and not having it. I'm like,
I would
okay.
up it to about 1 mil, maybe 1.5 mils. Because a 0.2 means it has to adjust extrusion levels in one layer to fix the deviation on the bed. That's a lot. If you do it slowly over 4 or 5 layers, it actually you end up getting ends up fixing it, and it's not your extruder is not constantly over or under extruding to try and compensating. It does less work because that's all extruder work, fixing that.
Yeah. So Renee, it's like with sometimes people will say you should get the cheapest printer first, so you learn a lot more. Get a cheap one, so and then I went all out. Ender 5 Plus was my first one, and that was considered not entry level.
They
So
were
I didn't know
800 back then.
what's that?
They were about $800 back then.
Was no. Well, you're Canada, right? Yeah. So
I'm in Michigan.
oh yeah, no, it was. So I got it right when it came out, October of 2019, and it was It was $570 when it first came out.
But it went up after that.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
But I bought one not long after that.
yeah. So when did you get yours?
I think I got mine in October, I think it was, or November.
I have OCD too. I'm in IT, so I think anyone in IT has OCD and a form of ACD or ADD. I mean, so
I don't know. I'm IT. I don't think I'm OCD.
oh, I have to have certain things that are perfect, but sometimes my desktop
I'm more
space gets
IoT than anything else.
yeah, mine's more like ADD more than OCD.
Yeah,
So
no, I'm more idiot than anything else, I think. Yeah, well, as I said, my background is IT, infrastructure and security. That's where I came from.
I'm an IT manager, so
I've been there. I used to. I've done that. I've done IT management. I've done. I'm a product manager now, but I ran IT operations for Europe and Asia Pacific. I actually lived in Singapore for a while, running all of the Asia Pacific operations.
I have ACDC. Nice.
ACDC, yeah, you can never say anything wrong with that. So yeah, I've done my thing was big infrastructure design. Was my big thing. You give me a brand new greenfield environment, or you give me an existing environment, and you say we need to go all corporate environment, the corporate design, and I go in and I'd start on a Friday evening, send everybody home, and they come back in Monday morning with the machines upgraded, a new OS on the corporate network, new file servers, new email servers, new network infrastructure, all done over a weekend of a site of about 300 people. That's what I used to do. So my work week started Friday and ran through to Tuesday, and then the middle of the week was my day off, and then I went back to do the next site the next weekend.
All right. Well, I hope you end the stream because
okay, we're about to wrap it up anyway, because I'm up at the break of dawn or before the break of dawn in the morning.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining, and thanks everyone else for joining. It was fun as always. Yep. I hope it paid well. It pays well, but when you're on the road all the time, it doesn't make up for all the travel. So,
yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you for joining. It was fun as always, and I will post pictures tomorrow on the JG Maker site when that print is done. So, Renee, keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, I gotta actually check out your live video. I like having videos running in the background while I'm working, and I usually just listen. So
yeah, Yeah, I do the same all the time. So thank you. Thank you for joining Tripod and everybody
no
else
problem.
tonight. Tomorrow night, I'm doing a live interview with the marketing manager for Wido. You know Wido?
No.
They're a Chinese 3D printing company who have an IDEX printer out there called the X40, and it was
Okay.
a Kickstarter for an IDEX printer. And they've just they've shipped to their Patreons, to their backers, and they're waiting on delivery, so it's actually en route. But I'll be talking with their marketing manager tomorrow night, from 8 o'clock till 9 o'clock on my channel. So check that out. That should be they're normally interesting chats. All right, guys, have a good one and stay safe, stay healthy, and stay printing.
All right.
Good night.
See ya.